Alright, hello everybody. We're
Hello.
we're picking up right where we were before, right at the start of Act 7. I did make one very small change. I used two of my chromes that I had uh from the run. Hold on, let me make sure I'm in streamer mode on Twitch so I'm not blasting anybody with fake pings. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I used the like two chromes I had found throughout the league or throughout the campaign or whatever to change over this to have one blue socket. So I basically have all the jewels that I need, like the skill gems I need for the rest of the campaign. You know, automation, withering step, flame dash, despair, blink arrow, caustic arrow on a 4-link. Not perfect 4-link, neither of these are, but caustic arrow and toxic rain are both on 4-links. Like, you know, what else could you really want? Haste. Haste, Malevolence, and Clarity. I mean, we're doing it. So I guess now we just go. It's Act 7, so I should be looking to do second Ascendancy here fairly soon. At least before the end of the act, right?
No.
And that'll give us Flask Generation, and at that point we then don't really need to run double Quicksilver. We can do, like, if we can get a Silver Flask between now and then, that'll pretty much do us. So Jade, Silver, and Quicksilver, and it's all coming together, baby. Ow, that guy hurts. Alright, we're gonna leave him behind.
Well, don't stand there.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank you, Bran.
No problem. My name's Bryn, by the way.
Oh, Bran.
Yeah,
You were ripped off by Blizzard. Oh, they always copy.
Yeah, they do.
What am I, level 51? This is a 51 area? Oh yeah, I can definitely move through here quick then. Great. Yeah, this is a point in the campaign where the Pathfinder really starts to feel like it's taken off, you know? You're zipping. Like, Act 6 on is when I really feel like it's all finally come together. I think I might have made the turn right too early. Maybe not. I do still feel a little on the weak side, though, for sure. Like, maybe I should be swapping... Do I have any greens? I do. Yeah, I could maybe do the thing where I swap back and forth between running Grace for some of the time and running Malevolence for some of the time. Keep Haste on all the time, of course. But
Yeah.
I think that's probably a good idea. Just swap those in. Then that way I'm a
Haste and
little...
Dwyer over here.
I mean, Haste, yes, always.
Haste is good in every game. It feels good in every game.
Yep.
There are specific classes in specific games that don't like haste, but haste still feels fun, even if
Yeah.
it's not optimal. Still
Moving
feels fun.
faster, attacking faster,
Yeah.
always feels good.
Yeah. Go, 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 go.
Always. Huey Haste is definitely better than WoW Haste. Getting move speed as well as attack and cast speed.
Absolutely.
Yes, please. Doesn't give cooldown reduction, although if it did, my god, that would be something. Not really a lot of cooldowns in PoE 1, though. Not like that many. And then it would be mandatory for any sort of trigger build. That's right, 100% always. Wonderful, we've hit the point in the campaign where we start dropping like stacks of scrolls and stuff. Alright, yeah, we can town portal here. I like that. So I am playing around with the idea of like Toxic Rain Trickster next league just for something different. I don't know that that's actually a thing that we're gonna put out guides about or not, but maybe, you know, just something a little different. you know, a way to mix it up.
Keep things fresh.
You just want to be prepared in case Trickster doesn't get nerfed, or, like, God forbid, Pathfinder gets nerfed and Trickster doesn't. Like, I feel like that's very, very, very unlikely, but just in
Well, you
case.
never know.
And
You
also,
never know.
Shadow Start is good. Like, Shadow Starting part of the tree is awesome. And it's very easy to, instead of just... I basically just follow the same setup for Pathfinder, but instead do, like, Trickster. Or you never know, Assassin might wind up being really, really, really good next league. Like, I saw somebody in the comments section, hi Healy, said, what if they just made it so that Assassin, kind of like Champion, has a node that's just like, you are elusive. Just 100% uptime on elusive, you are elusive. And it's like, oh man, I don't know that that would really work that well for, like, scaling damage with Toxic Rain, but on the other hand, you would get, like, 90% or 70, 80, 90% move speed, something like that, depending on how much elusive effect you could scale up. That could be pretty good. And then you'd get, like, baseline of, like, 15% avoid that stacks nicely with evasion, so... But, again, something you can scale up into the, like, 30% range. Again, I don't think that'd happen, but if it did, my god. Penance Brand of Dissipation was so fun. SSF, that's definitely like a, you know, gonna require more effort to make that good, but it felt so good at, like, high budget. Hey Blade,
Hello.
how you doing?
As promised, we are back today.
That's right, we are.
Yep. Yep. We'll be here for the next 3 hours or so.
Yeah, I think that's about right. We'll be loading for 3 hours in a Malagaro Sanctum. What's going on here? Okay.
They want you to look at this fantastic image of these ruins.
Yeah,
And this waterfall.
from 10,
and
15 years ago.
And also these rocks.
Alright, this is the area I was most scared of in the entire campaign of getting killed by, which I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Playing softcore after all. Our day's been good. I ate an egg. Sunset ate some cheese.
Ate some cheese.
What's a sandwich made of cheese?
Oh, okay, yeah. There was bread involved around the cheese.
I got
so,
shotgunned.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Whew, those guys. Pretty nasty, actually. I don't know how bad my light res is. 23%? Pretty terrible. That would explain why they got me so good. This is why you're supposed to keep your resistances up. I don't want to do that. I will not be stopping and fixing resistances. Maybe I should. This is definitely feeling like the long way around to Malagaro's Sanctum.
Well, don't worry, Blade. You have several hours to think about it.
That's true.
hopefully it'll come to you.
Yeah. Look, there's nothing wrong with doing SSF either. You know, it is an extra challenge if you like it. I say go for it. You know, same way I feel about hardcore. It's not for me.
Not for me.
It's not for me, but I get why people like it, and I respect, you know,
Yeah.
anybody who's
like
willing
it,
to put
good for you.
themselves through it. Yeah, exactly. Remembered to switch over. Oh yeah, that was smooth. Very nice. Very nice. Well, look, there's always the Discord. After all.
Yeah. Just always Discord. And always just pop it in there.
That's right. Oh yeah, ascendancy trial time. Ascendancy trial here, and then... And then we keep moving.
I'm ready for you.
No worries. Nice. Ah, I stood in the saw blade there for a second. No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You're gonna make it?
Yeah, I'll be alright. Fingers crossed that there's a decent amount of regen on this. Where did I miss? Oh, right, the crypt. How did I do that? Oh my god. I really am out of practice. Okay, I have to go back to the crypt, I guess. But then at that point, I can go directly to Ascend. Okay, next waypoint, I'll go back to the Crypt, and then I'll go finish Ascending, which I think that's what tuned for, like, level 55, so... Should be easy enough. I mean, ultimately, the thing with crafting a bow is you just have to find a bow that drops as, like, higher than 24 quality. You could just buy one. Or just not bother, you know, it's only 1% attack speed. It's not that huge of a difference. And the price difference on them is pretty high. So, like, I think for, like, a later craft where you're going to really go nuts, I think it's worth it to, like, start with a huge base and 6-link it up by hand. But for your first bow of the league, or if you're just wanting to keep it cheap, I don't think it's worth worrying. 20 quality is good enough. I hope they buff dot builds in the coming league. I do think dot builds are kind of undertuned for the most part. The only one that really stands out in my mind as being like super duper like overpowered strong or whatever is Viper Strike and the Mamba. I can see that getting nerfed because it's so easy to scale damage on that build. But I do feel like, yeah, Toxic Rain, Essence Drain, even some of the Ignite builds could stand to get buffed. Okay, let's actually remember to do the trial in this area.
First impression. Try not to ruin it.
Here we go. See, put that last point in, and then we can come down this way. Also, I think we're about to the point where we can drop Primal Spirit, although maybe not just for the, like, int and strength requirements. Ooh, those guys kind of hit hard. Enraging.
Shine boldly, so that all may find you when the night falls.
Okay, let's go kill Izaro.
Be well.
Well, this isn't very good. That does feel better than what I'm wearing. I wonder if I'm going to be short on stats. Well, I'm not. That's good. And it got my resistances, I guess, slightly better. I got a lot of life out of that, so that's good. And then I could go craft, like, light res on it. That would be useful. This is worthless. This feels pretty worthless. Okay.
One left.
Hold on. Hello, Helena.
Hello.
25 move speed. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely be hanging on to those. Hot damn. A 4-link, which I don't really have any use for at the moment, but potentially useful. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Alright, I'm gonna craft a couple of resistance stats on my gear and then go to the lab. I can't believe I haven't gotten a regal, like one regal or anything, and I haven't gotten an upgrade over this this terrible ring. That's funny though. Alright, we can do lightning res on 2 pieces of gear. Nice. I guess we can do life on this.
And leave me in peace.
And then I'm not going to craft anything on this yet, but like this would be a pretty nice piece of gear like day 1 of a league. Move speed, 2 resistances. I guess we just craft fire res on it or something.
Disappointing.
Yeah, I mean a halfway decent set of resistances. That's not too bad. Good enough to finish the rest of the campaign, I think. I also wish I could carry over my insane crown to the next league, but hey, you know, that's okay.
The goddess.
I would say usual act runtime on lightning, on lightning strike or whatever. I don't know. Oh, league start. I mean, I would say it's usually around like 5 hours or so, as long as there's nothing going on bad with the servers. I know I'm definitely taking longer than that this time around, but that's what practice is for, getting back into the hang of it. Oh, this is a bad route. I suppose I could look up, what is the website? PoELab.net? I think that's right. I have it bookmarked. Hold on. PoELab.com. This one. So this is a great, useful website for everyone, especially anybody who's like newer to PoE. Suit size small. Runs lab like crazy every league and or every day rather, and then maps out like what the layout is and does this as a huge service for the community. Credit to them. Okay, top left, boss, top left, top right, boss, top right, top middle. Okay, so usually I keep that like page open on day 1 of a league just to be prepared. Good idea to do that.
The weary traveler draws close to the end of the path.
It's nice to see Azaro again. I liked hearing him in PoE 2. I kind of wish we'd gotten a little bit more out of him. One thing that will sometimes hold me up on League Start is sometimes I'll stop in like Act 9 or maybe Act 10 and do like an hour or 2 of Heist just to build up like a ton of currency. And obviously that's going to add however long I'm stopping and doing Heist, right? You know, hour or 2. So sometimes I'll do that just to have like a good baseline of like, you know, 50 or 100 chaos or something before walking into maps. Doing chaos recipe the whole time as well. Of course. Ah. Dead end and slow, my fave. If I remember correctly, it was top right this time. Into top middle. Maybe top right and top right. I feel like I'm walking into a dead end here. I think it should be over in that direction I didn't go. Yeah, it definitely feels that way. Yeah. Oh, greetings, Ola. Greetings to you in
Hello.
Croatia.
Yola.
Yes, we are. Getting ready for League Start. Definitely doing this character. May play around with Toxic Rain Trickster too, just for a bit of variety. Just in case that doesn't get nerfed. Odds are high, but, you know, we'll see. Better to be prepared. I don't need those. Okay. Room is the one to the west. I like that lab is so much easier than the PoE 2 Ascendancy trials, and faster too. Maybe that's even more important. Where's the switch? But I think it's not it's not the best, right? It's okay. There's definitely like a lot of like nice visuals and like better tuning and stuff on the PoE 2 Ascendancies. They're harder and slower. I don't like that aspect of them, but they do feel more like real content, whereas this feels very much like something that was challenging like 10 years ago and it's now been completely solved, and it's just like, well, you just have to go over this speed bump. What is this? This can't be the only exit to this room. Okay. Let me take a look here. Oh, I see. I see it is. I went in the wrong room earlier. Oh my god, I can't even read the map for this place anymore. Alright, well anyway. On we go. At least I got acceleration tried out of that weird side detour, so it's not too bad. I mean, I definitely agree with that. Like, you just don't get as much power for your character in PoE 2 out of the tree, and especially out of your Ascendancy, and that aspect is not great. Alright, let's kill a Zaro. Oh, thank you for the follow. Alright, Azara's about to get toast. Yep, pretty quick. Pretty quick kill on the Azara. Not too bad. Hello, Crasper. Nice to see ya.
Hello.
We're getting very hyped up for the next PoE League launch. Got a video in mind that we're working on. Probably work on that some tonight. After
Yes,
streaming.
we are.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
It's
We're getting the practice in.
Practice run season.
That's right. That's right. I like PoE 1 and PoE 2. I like them very differently. I really like that GGG has like made the conscious decision to give us that variety of like bounce back and forth. I really do appreciate it. I think it's such a smart business decision on their end. I mean, as a content creator, baby, it's great. Knowing that you're going to have new content to make stuff about every 2 months or so is good. I think that the Bowcraft for Toxic Rain's still going to work, because it's been working for like 10 seasons. I don't think they would kill that randomly. That would be pretty cruel. Alright, time for Azaro to die.
Are you a martyr?
Slowly. No, there he goes. That's pretty good, actually, for, you know, like, Act 7. That's pretty solid. Oh, let's see if I have a green gem I want to transmute over. I suppose this is something to bear in mind at the start of leagues. I always forget, but like carry a couple of extra blue gems around to convert them, or, you know, I guess we'll see what the fancy skill of the next league is going to wind up being. But, you know, blue, green, red, keep a couple on hand just in case. You maybe transmute to something that's worth a divine, or whatever. You know, whatever it is, transfigure. To something that's worth a divine or something on the day of.
Hello.
That helm's not any good. That helm's not any good. That's a thicket bow that could be useful later on. That's a pretty interesting Yeti ring I'm going to hang on to for the moment, so that I can throw it away later on. Same with the thicket bow. Well, you know.
Here, pick up this garbage for me.
Yeah, here's some garbage. I'm going to hang on to that for a little bit.
It's like walking down the strip in Las Vegas. Here, take this garbage for me, please.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, can you
Yeah,
take
I
this
would.
garbage?
Yeah, I would say yeah, exactly. Red for volcanic and blue for frostblink. Although you never know. You never know next league what's gonna be what. We might get new transfigured gems too. That's very possible. Ow, my bones. All right, Pathfinder's finally starting to like be pathfinding. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Gior Hip. Once you start getting the flask auto generation, that's like a great feeling. Oh, hey, nice.
No timers. No timers. We're not racing anybody.
No, not at all.
No.
No, I'm never
just-
racing anybody, just myself. I've never like actually fully
Yeah.
sat down and timed it out. Something I thought about doing and never done, and maybe this is an idea for a stream in the next week or something, is a full run through of the campaign, one sitting, you know, play a build that's really blasts the campaign super easy. Probably, if I had to think, like Pyroclast, Sabo, just something that like hilariously overpowers the campaign in terms of damage and needs like no links at all, so you can just basically be like wearing whatever gear has good stats and not having to think about links. And then do like a full breakdown of just like every zone. This is what you're looking for in this zone to like move through here quickly. This is what you're looking for. Now some of that stuff I have to remember, which is why I'm doing this, you know, this first slow run through back, because, you know, I don't remember it all. But I don't know if people would want that or not, even if it's just like the first 3 acts, just like a detailed walkthrough of them. To like get fast, you know, basically just the stuff that helped me get faster at doing the campaign and go from like the early days of playing this game where it would take like the full first weekend to, you know, being in like red tier maps on day 1 or something. That would be a thing. That would be an issue, is yeah, cutting it down would be a lot of work. So it might just be a thing where it's just here is a 6-hour video, and then I don't know that that's gonna be super useful for people. I know the multi-hour video of how to craft every single piece of gear for Toxic Rain Pathfinder was very useful. Well, I mean, even for me, like, I've gone back and watched it, too, at times, and I don't remember what was it that I was doing, and then I watch it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was very smart. Good job, me, from the past.
Yeah. Good job, me.
Okay. Yeah, I think that could be a fun stream, and then just be like, here, and it's a stream, and you can check out the VOD, and we'll leave the VOD up, and then that'll be that. I think that's probably the move. Well, thank you.
Yeah, we for the most part, I would say, although we do try to like level on all the games we play, we do try to like level quickly so we can get to end game, but we are not we're not racing, we're not going for world first.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
We're
We're not even going for world second. We're just like, okay, we'll go hard and then we'll stop and we'll have a nice meal. And then
Yeah.
we'll go hard and then, you know, and it is what it is at the end.
I mean, I think that the two of us together do a very good job of leveling quickly in World of Warcraft. I think about like the times when we've been in like very high level guilds and you and I will level together. We're usually like the first people. We may not be the very first people to be at max level, but we're usually among the first group of people at max level, you know, kind of that point where like day 1 we're at max level and doing dungeons and looking around and seeing some people have not yet started.
I think our superpower lies in the longevity.
That's where I
'Cause
was going too. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're like,
We'll
we may
always
not
be the first people to have the second and third set of characters. We'll have our fourth set of characters done before other people have started their second.
Right. And also, we'll have the like weekly stuff done
On
before-
multiple sets.
because we'll do it right after leveling.
Yep.
And other people will be like, okay, I hit max level, I'm going to bed. And we're like,
Or
no,
I hit max level, I'm going to
No,
jump
no.
into a dungeon. And for us, it's like, no, we
Yeah.
hit max level, we're hitting all the stuff that has a time limit on, like a temporary amount of availability on it, which I know Blizzard's kind of moved away from that in the last couple expansions, where they're like no daily quests or anything like that in the opening paid weekend, which I'm honestly fine with. That's fine. It does. I wouldn't even say it undermines our whole, like, yeah, we're going to level super fast thing. I think it's fine. We level super fast, we get some characters up, and then as soon as all those things that are, like, limited time availability, you know, we slice through all of those really quickly.
Yeah.
I think streaming the reveal of the league on Thursday is probably a good idea. We've never done a React stream like that before. We usually just, like, watch it and take notes and then do, like, follow-up stuff. But I think that's, like, a pretty decent idea.
Because we make content about Path of Exile, we usually don't level at the same time.
Yeah.
That might change in the future where we play together.
Yeah, it could.
But we're not sure. Right now, it's easiest having Larold leveling and me doing all of the support stuff. So, like, making sure food is ready, taking care
Which I
of, like,
appreciate.
just normal everyday tasks.
Yeah,
you know,
the stuff you
like,
need to stay alive.
Yeah.
So that I
the
can
staying
go
alive
demon mode
task.
for a couple of days ago, like, and then
Yeah.
and then life settles back into being pretty normal, and it's just like normal content creation cycle, which is fun.
Yeah.
But it does help to have somebody to like take some of that responsibility of like getting food together and stuff, because like I'm not a person who orders food. I delivered food when I was younger, you know. But like I never like just ordering food from people. So like having her to help with that, just all that kind of keeping the house, you know,
Yeah,
alive.
thankfully neither of us has a DoorDash addiction or an Uber
Yeah,
Eats
no.
addiction.
Yeah.
Although we do like things from certain restaurants.
Oh, I love food.
Stuff.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, we are not chronically ordering takeout.
No.
So.
But yeah, having somebody who helps with that part of things allows me to go demon mode, get into maps, and get all that stuff going, you know, in the first couple days of a league, and then be able to figure out the league mechanic, and then make videos about it, and then that's good. Yeah, it's good for content. Some of our most successful videos ever that aren't, like, build guide related are, like, here's how to make currency with the Settlers League mechanic, or whatever. Here's how to set up mercs in a way that's, like, super duper cheap and also gives you, like, double damage and 50% more effective health. God, what a league mechanic mercs have been. Let's find that side forest area. The Dread Thicket. Is it maybe over here? It's got to either be over here or all the way over here. Thank you. Yeah, we really enjoyed making that one. That was a lot of fun. I just think, like, at least, you know, personal, like, thinking, it's just the amount of creativity it allowed, like, the amount of, really, really shitty uniques in the game that are insanely good on a support character and really worthless to use on a main character is, like, interesting, you know? It's, like, interesting to be able to think about, like, different things. Like, Ahuana's Bite, I think is the name of the quiver, that's just, like, absolutely worthless on a real DPS character, but awesome on a support character. Stuff like that. That totally changed the way that you think about, like, random drops that would normally be, like, 1C, and instead is worth, like... Yeah, it might still be 1C, but it's, you know, it's worth, like, 50% effective health or whatever. And then a lot of those did wind up becoming valuable, too, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we won't be picking that up. You know, for years I always said, like, I don't see how Mathel does it or whatever, but now, as I am sitting here playing campaign again for the first time in a month and a half, and thinking about other builds to want to play in the campaign, like, obviously I've been talking about wanting to play Toxic Rain Trickster in the campaign a bit, and I do.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking like, oh man, it's gonna be so fun to play another like Pyroclast Sabo in the campaign. Or Pyroclast
Yeah.
Trickster. They're both awesome. Just thinking about that, it's like, oh, I do see how Mathel does it. Just playing a new build every week. I mean, he's an absolute powerhouse to be able to do that for like 14 years or whatever, but still, I get it. This game's really fun. I just realized.
Well, if people are watching and you're earning from it, that's a motivator.
Oh yeah, big time.
So it's, you ain't doing it for free, but
Well, that's
I feel
true.
like you would probably do it anyway.
Oh, I mean, it's the best job in the world, right?
Yeah.
You're playing video games, hanging out with people who are friendly and are nice 95%
And
of
also
the time.
like video games.
And like what you're doing, and you're just,
Yeah.
if you're Mathel, you're just turning on some like 14-hour EDM mixes, and then you're blasting.
Yeah.
It's still a
Yep.
job, I get it.
Is
Like,
that
you
what our
see,
stream is missing, everyone? Are we missing
yeah, that's what we're
EDM?
missing. Yeah, we're missing the dubstep drop.
No, let's ask the audience. I didn't ask your opinion. I
Oh,
asked
okay,
the
all
audience.
right, my bad.
Yeah.
That would be my nightmare if they remove Force Campaign. Maybe this is Stockholm Syndrome. No, it definitely is. But, like, I've come full circle to being, like, I actually think it is good to make us do, full campaign. I'm so used to it. It's kind of, like, part of the whole process that, like, I've come to enjoy.
I hate it.
Yeah, I get it. I love it.
I hate it.
Um,
When Diablo 3 was like, you could just skip to adventure mode, I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, that did make so
That.
much more sense for that game. It made a lot more sense for that game than it does for this one.
I think it makes sense for this game too.
They've done versions of
whatever
it
you
in the
want.
past. You're not entirely wrong. They've done versions of it in the past where they've been, what is it, like Endless Delve and that kind of thing, where it, like, totally worked for, like, little, temporary events. So I could see it being possible. Oh, I've got a Kashara star to hand in.
What's the goal for when you hit maps?
Oh, I mean, it's just to continue Toxic Rain Path. Well, on this specific character, probably to do, like, one map and then, like, play another character in the campaign a
And
bit.
then log out.
Yeah.
These are
But,
just
like,
practice runs for the
yeah.
campaign. These are not
Yeah.
characters we're investing time in or
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I mean, I already did a
well,
Toxic Rain Pathfinder at the start of
beyond
this
the
league.
leveling process and getting to endgame.
I'm just
like-
trying to remember how to play this game, basically.
Yeah.
All right, look at that. Oh, look at that. Capped resistances. Well, one off, but still. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for the campaign.
You just reminded me of something I meant to clip from yesterday.
Yeah.
When you were like, why am I getting frozen? Do I not have any resist? Yep, no resist. Okay.
Just none. Just zero.
Zero.
Okay, what do I have to hand in? I don't care about these. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's just double check and make sure I didn't miss anything for passives along the way. This is not a bad thing to do from time to time. Certainly once you finish a campaign, to like stop and slash passives. It happens to literally everyone. It happened to Ben during like a race event or some event where he was like, you know, typical binning it up. He's like killing Ubers, and he's like, wait a minute, hold on, slash passives, and he just never had killed. I think it was Ruthcole or something. Like, okay,
With open arms.
whoops.
Oopsies.
If it could happen to Ben, it could happen to anyone. The Michael Jordan of Path of Exile, you know.
True.
I have a feeling they'll probably never relent. Although, you know, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I kind of feel like they'll never relent on the campaign skip, just because they've made such a point about it for so long. But, you know, they did make a super long standing point about not, like, letting us have asynchronous trade, not having an auction house or anything like that. And now, wha-bam, it's happening. So, yeah, I meant to put these points in. That's huge. That's huge. Look at that. Bunch of move speed. Nice. Oh, yeah, you feel it. This is when we're really starting to come online. When you get that quick step line, that's so good.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Now I just need a silver flask. I think I get a silver flask from a quest at some point. I think it's like next next act, maybe? At this point, I'm just like moving. I'm just vibing. I'm not even really looking where I'm going. It's like, it's up and to the right. Yeah? Yes. I mean, that is true. Auction House in Diablo 3, there were people who made a lot of real-world leafy greeny spendy money off of that. It was definitely a mistake. I mean, it was a hell of a cash grab. It was a brilliant cash grab on Blizzard's part to be like, yeah, you could spend real-life money to buy and sell items, and we get a little cut, too. A little bit for... a bit for daddy. Wet our beak. And, I'd love to know how much they made off of that, and also how much they had to spend on, like, lawyers and you know, like, the back end of all of the, like, administrative costs that were associated with that. How good of a financial decision that actually wound up being. Obviously, we'll never know. Boy, I would love to. Toxic Rain feels so good at League Start, like for the budget. The only build that I can really think of that I've ever like played like a numerous amount of times it felt like comparable to me is Pyroclast Mine, and I guess like Hexblast Mine, to some extent, have both felt pretty great. I kind of prefer Pyroclast Mine though, even though it's a little jankier. It hits so hard. Damn it. Owned. Bleed Glad is very fun and very underrated. It's off meta, so it's super cheap, but it is good. Bleed Glad pops feel good. You're tanky as hell by virtue of being a gladiator. Hey, thank you for the follow, Shalabas. Shalabas. Noble Ribbon, that rare I'm killing was named. Noble Ribbon. Just pointing it out. Okay, yeah, always the middle stretch in Aracali's web there. Or Temple of Decay, whatever. Yeah, see, the difference between this and, like, Pyroclast Mine is Pyroclast Mine, Sabo, you could set all the bombs up, and I think just one popper, like, one phaser, if you have enough damage in the campaign, it's, like, reasonably doable to just, like, get her in a single pop. Toxic Rain's definitely not pulling off that level of, loaded up, front-loaded burst damage. Still pretty good, though. Oh, Seismic Trap is, I think people will, like, were ready for Seismic Trap to be nerfed because it was so insanely good for so long. It's kind of one of those streamer problems, like Detonate Dead, right? Where, like, the majority of the community loves how strong it is, loves it. And then there's a specific set of people that are like, it's so good, I have to play it. I'm required to. I'm done. Let me free. Yeah, Exsanguinate has some really good MTX. There's so much good MTX in this game. Toxic Rain and Caustic Arrow, part of why I've been so drawn to them for so long is how good they look, how purple they are. Or can be. I'm using the Celestial TR, but we could switch over to Night Lotus. The best one, just very basic purple recolor, but it looks good. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, nice. 4-link. I don't need it right now, but, you know, useful in case. I have 2k life and pretty close to capped res. Like, I'm good for the rest of the campaign. I don't need to change a single piece of gear. Although I could definitely... Yeah?
If you have a moment, everyone watching, there's a lot of you here, actually, on a Sunday afternoon.
Nice.
Or wherever you are in the world. Please take a moment to vote in our polls. There's one on YouTube, and then there's also one on the Twitch stream. We're just curious if you want us to add music to our stream. So yeah, you don't. The votes are anonymous, so go ahead and vote your heart.
Yep,
We won't be upset with you.
that's true.
It honestly doesn't matter to us. We just want to give people what they want.
Yeah, that is the issue, is music in YouTube streams can be a pain. So I'm okay with people voting no, but if people want to hear music, I'll give people what they want. Oh, that's trash. Bad junk. Garbage.
There's a
Oh,
lot
that's
of
a shame.
royalty-free music out there,
That's
especially
true.
EDM stuff.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true. Then we'll hang on to that just in case.
No, I don't
No,
think
there's
so.
zero chance you get singing, Larold. I've been in guilds that try to do a karaoke night or whatever, and it was always like, well, I'll come hang out and support everybody, but I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be participating.
Of the two of us, I'm the singer,
She is the singer.
but I won't be doing karaoke either.
Yeah.
We've used lots of royalty-free music without issue for the last 10 years.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly when I made the switch over. I think it was before we started doing anything with Path of Exile, or I know it was before we started doing anything with Path of Exile, but I switched over to just using the game music, and people seem to like it. Occasionally,
Yeah.
very infrequently, but occasionally we'll get comments from people saying, like, I love this track under there, like, what is it? And then I can be like, oh, that's, that's Searing Exarch music, actually, or, it's Scourge music, which, yeah, Scourge music rocks. It's what, Silverman City music, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
people love Silverman City and like the whole
Yeah.
Eversong Woods music from
Yeah.
WoW, and I do too. And I like putting that music in there. For one, it's like easy. Just you have your kind of standard tracks that you kind of cycle through from each game. They hit like a nice nostalgic feel for people. And I like WoW's game music.
Outside
and I like
of game
PoE's.
music, we were for a very long time. I would
Oh,
say
yeah.
probably 7. I say a very long time. 7 years. That's actually not that long in the grand scheme of things, but
Yeah.
7 years we were using royalty-free electronic music.
And we did have a couple of times where something was falsely
We had-
labeled as
no, we had
as
two
royalty
times.
free. Yeah,
We had
literally a couple out of
2 times,
100
but they were
plus
super
videos.
easy to clear up. There was no ill intent ever.
Nah.
So like I said, we haven't really had any problems for the
We've
last
never had
10
like
years.
any like real copyright strikes or
No.
anything. It's not like we're breaking the law, breaking the law.
Yeah, no. And it wasn't like we were mass producing AI slop videos with
Yeah,
set tracks.
that's
So there
also
was
true.
The intent does matter.
It
We
really
don't
does.
have. Our channel has only ever had our WoW channel. Our PoE channel has had no flags ever.
Yeah.
Our WoW channel has had 1 flag, and it was because we had a video titled Blood DK, and
I think it was
YouTube
Blood
thought
Death Night, and they were very upset about
Oh yeah,
that
Blood
title.
Death Night. Yeah, and YouTube thought we were trying to put up like gore videos or something. And we
Yeah.
were like, no. So we just changed it to Blood DK, and it just went totally fine.
It wasn't
So-
even our first like Blood Death Night video that we'd ever made. It was like our
No.
the billionth Blood Death Night video that had the words blood death
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
randomly they updated some of their software or something and didn't say anything, and it caused that to be like a no word, no phrase,
but
I
we
guess.
had no problem getting it overturned. They just held the video when it was uploaded. It wasn't
Yeah.
like they took our video down and they were like, "Oh, this
Sent
is
me
a
to
terrible
prison.
video" or anything. No, they were just like, "Oh, you can't have that in the title." So we just changed the title and and explained in the
Yeah.
review
Rather
that
than like waiting
is-
for a manual appeal
Yeah.
process. I don't even
We
know
were
if
just
they
like,
do that then.
Yeah, we'll just
but
change the title, but also this is not
Yeah.
gore. This is just the name of a class in a game.
it's a video
We're not-
game thing. Come on.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong here.
You're
It'll be
YouTube,
fine.
you know this. I would say by and large YouTube's been good to us though. Like we haven't really had any issues.
Yeah.
I know people
Well, we follow
complain.
the rules,
but
which are very easy to follow, guys. So when you
They
see
are.
people complaining about getting copyright strikes or this or that or whatever from YouTube, that's because they didn't follow the rules, usually.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, I would agree with that, Ola. Like Camille Orman-Janowski and the whole PoE audio team, the music and the sound design is like so good. Best of the biz. I think Kintsugi is the play for like very early in the league because it gives you a lot of like effective health on the first hit and a massive amount of evasion and also a good amount of resistances. I think long term, as you're trying to move toward like high T16, like juice tier 16s and tier 17s and stuff, I think at that point you want to make the swap over to Lightning Coil. So I think like Kintsugi early, Lightning Coil later. You know, you can do a non-unique chest that just has like life and stuff on it. That's an option. But I think Kintsugi's like really good early. Man, I just keep running into chaos resistant rares. I'll just skip that. Because I did play Kintsugi for like the first few days of the league before swapping to Coil, and I really liked it. I was actually very happy with the big. I think all they did was buff the amount of evasion on it, but they like doubled it, which, yeah, that worked. That was enough.
These poll results are interesting.
Yeah.
I think I probably should have been more specific about what kind of music would be played.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we can follow it depending on how this turns out. We can follow it up with
Yeah, because I've had people show up in the stream at some time log in the past to be like, "Are you gonna play some Bad Bunny?" No. Sorry. Not on YouTube. You can turn on Bad Bunny while you're watching.
but no, we're saving all of our Bad Bunny listening for the Super Bowl halftime show while all the other people are crying their eyes out that
Yeah,
performing.
that's right. Lightning Coil makes it so that 50% of Fizz taken is taken as lightning instead, and so it just makes you like way tankier against Fizz damage because you have like 75, or you can scale it up pretty easily to 85 light res all the time.
Yeah.
And so then that means that like that, normally you would take 100% damage from any Fizz damage sources. Instead, you're taking like 42.5% damage from any Fizz, or getting 42% damage reduction, I should say, as opposed to 0. And then if you have any other Fizz damage conversion to Ellie at all anywhere in the build, then that number gets progressively better.
Dead should stay dead.
They did a lot to nerf damage shift relatively recently, but they didn't nerf Lightning Coil. I guess that's one thing I would maybe be a little worried about for evasion-based builds, is if they nerf Lightning Coil, be like the rest of the damage conversion items, which it has a really huge downside. Minus 60 light res is bad. But if they nerf that, that would definitely be a hit for all the evasion builds. They just have to buff evasion if they did that, or buff evasion builds damage reduction in some other way. Alright.
It's a lot of dancing in that room. Weird.
Sure was a lot of dancing. Yeah, this is not the best. Oh, good night, Ola. Have a nice walk. That man is in the country of my favorite football man, Luka Modric.
Also, Croatia's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, really picturesque. Really
Yes,
beautiful.
it is. I've never been, but I wouldn't mind. I got some nice food. Very small country, like 4 million
They got
people.
some big rocks. Real big rocks,
Yeah.
Real tall ones that you have
Yeah.
to climb.
Yeah, I think Act 8's probably the worst one of the back half 5. 6 is awesome. I think 10 is really good. 9 might be my least favorite. It's definitely 8 or 9.
We're not timing it, so
Yeah, it's not too bad. This campaign run, you know, with stopping and cutting it up and like trying to remember stuff is probably going to be in the like 7 to 8 hour range. It's not super fast, but standard campaign at league start is like 5 to 6 hours as long as there's no like huge problems.
usually Larold talks to no one while he's running.
Yeah, that's true. I remember it wasn't last league, it was Settlers League. We did a stream before the league where we talked about what the build I was gonna play was, like put out a pop for it, and they were like, okay, go watch Mathel. Bye. I remember that very specifically. I was like, go watch somebody who's good at streaming, not me. I'm gonna log off and just focus. So yeah, this league streaming, you know, barring anything happening, streaming the start of this league, I'll probably be slower, but that I don't care. I would rather have a good time, you know, than worry about being the fastest. Because here's the thing: if I tried my hardest to be the fastest and I stopped having fun, it was all about that, I would still be very slow. So it's better to just accept that there's going to be a lot of people who are faster than me, and have fun and enjoy myself. Than
Admittedly, I am
try
not
and suck
chronically
and fail.
online enough to have seen the term border gore before.
Oh, it's so accurate though for Croatia.
But it is accurate. I mean, I get what it means immediately, but yes,
All
thinking about
time,
Croatia,
yeah,
very accurate.
just an
Very
all-time like layout of a country.
Yeah, very bizarre.
Wars were fought over the way to divide up that land. Pretty nasty ones, actually.
And that's what they got.
And that's what they decided
Well
on.
then.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you know, we're really no better. I mean, look at you know, Washington and New York.
Sure.
Literally anything bordering Canada. It's like, well,
It's absurd. Yeah.
it's much worse where I guess Texas is like one of the few where you're like, yeah, I mean, not that I'm saying we had a right to it, but
No,
you know that
definitely
stuff
didn't,
happened long
but
before I was alive.
yeah.
I wasn't there to help make the decision.
No. Even if you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I found the exit. I guess I can just go get the teleporter for Solaris Concourse, but I meant to get the teleporter in there first and actually go to level 2. That's okay.
So, our results so far are 50 to 50
Hell
for
yeah.
adding music to the stream. But I just need to tell
Perfect.
you all that, haha, joke is on you, because Larold's actually been listening to the PoE music this entire time.
Yeah, I just have it playing in the background here, you know, like under the game.
It's
I
very
turned it
low.
up. Yeah, I turned it up a little bit.
But we tricked you.
So there you go. You get some PoE music. Honestly,
That's
Camille's...
your trick for Halloween.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
not a bad
the
trick.
treat,
You get to
the
listen to
treat
Camille.
is hopefully coming in the next week or so.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
I hope it's candy.
It's not.
Could be.
I didn't say it was a treat for you. I said a treat for
Okay.
them.
Oh, alright. Well, you got me there.
They don't want virtual candy.
You don't know that.
Okay, fine. I'm not gonna put up a poll for that.
Oh, no. Alright. One of my favorite things that people like to do in the online sports world, especially in the soccer realm, is just do the, like, hypothetical, like, what would a combined Yugoslavia team look like over the last 10 years? And man, that's such a fun exercise for soccer. But also for basketball. Damn, man. Yugoslavia, considering how good Serbia is just on their own, like nearly winning whatever the last, I don't remember, what was it, World Basketball Championship, or I don't know, Olympics or whatever, like pretty good. If they were also combined with every other former Yugoslav country, that would be That would be an international force. I think they could beat the U.S. in b-ball. I see that. Yeah, I never tried Baldur's Gate. I did play Baldur's Gate 1 or 2, one of the very older ones, like, well, after it had come out. I think I got it on a tablet, you know, like a mobile version of it to play it when I was, like, having to do, like, some work out of town away from my computer, and I was like, this is pretty nice. But then I know the more recent Baldur's Gate was very, very, very well received, and it's just like a total blind spot for me. I just never played it. Thank you, by the way, to Kroll Curie and Barasek for the follows. Really appreciate both of those. Alright, I went the wrong way here. Making our way northwest. Just follow the red rug. That's the move. It's just follow red rugs the whole way through Solaris Temple in Act 3 and then also Act 8. But not to here.
I'm not up to that just yet.
My thinking is it's probably one of those games that I'll get to, like, a few years down the line. I think about, like, that, and then also, like, Expedition 33, another game that I just, like, have a big blind spot for, that I'm sure in a few years, you know, it'll be on a Steam sale for, like, $11 or something, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, that thing had, you know, universal acclaim. I should finally check that out, and then it's, yeah, no, I'm like, oh, yeah, this is a masterpiece. Okay, cool.
Okay, good.
Okay, good. Yeah, you got me. You beat me to it.
Injured? Good.
Injured, good. Hey, now we're
Excellent
talking.
Photoshop.
That's right.
Watch yourself.
100 life on a quiver. That's pretty decent. If I get a Regal Orb, I don't know that I'm going to use it on that, but I theoretically could. That's not great. That's a shame. I'm just hanging on to garbage at the moment. Let's see, where do I want to go next? Let's take a look at the pub again.
Yeah, Nirvani, that was a Photoshop from a lawyer billboard where it said injured question mark and then someone added good.
Yeah. Yeah, injured, good.
Injured? Good.
Yeah, I don't remember if that's a Photoshop or vandalism, but either way, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I
really
support it. Yeah, okay, so we're coming over this way. Okay, that's right. That's what I thought. I don't have any jewels to put into that socket anyway, so we're just gonna move on. Alright, Act 8, The Donut.
Yeah, we're basically known for Toxic Rain.
Yeah.
It's been our, like, #1 choice desire to play.
Yeah. I love Pathfinder, and I just feel like, yeah, like, I like bow builds, I like Pathfinder. I've never really loved Deadeye bow builds, like the glass cannoniness of it all. Yeah, that was, I gotta tell you, Crasper, when we were first starting out making content, and I was, like, struggling with the idea of, like, do I know enough about this game to be able to make content about it? Because I had wanted to make content about this. And she had said, you know, we should. And I just said for years, like, I don't think I'm smart enough. I don't think I know enough to offer anything of value to people. And the one thing I would, like, was, like, you know what I do know? Is I know Toxic Rain and I know, like, off-meta farm strategies that are, you know, like, a lot of, like, whatever, Maven Witness stuff. Like, a really big fan of Maven Witness, Maven invitations, which is weird because, like, on the one hand, I kind of think they're bad, but I don't know. Maybe they're good. because they've definitely been some of
I
our best
think-
farm strategies.
Yeah, I think one thing about our content for the most part is just like, yeah, we do sometimes do like what's the best build of the league or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But that mean even though we enjoy like doing things efficiently and like just absolutely obliterating everything, there are still other things we enjoy like Toxic Rain that we would, even if something is a little bit slower, it doesn't mean we don't enjoy playing. Like sometimes you just really like certain skills and how certain things play, and
Bingo.
that's fine too. It's not a competition, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, she ultimately convinced me, like, yeah, we should definitely do this, and I'm glad she did, and it was the right call. And I do love Toxic Rain, I like talking about it, and we've helped a lot of people who have, a lot of people will just say, like, yeah, I played it for, like, an opening weekend, and then I moved on to something else. Cool.
Yeah.
Great. That works. But,
Yeah, we can still be friends if you
Yeah, definitely.
don't play Toxic Rain.
or
That's
even if you
totally
just use
fine.
it as a starter and then move on to
Yeah, or even if you just play it for a
Lightning
little
Arrow
bit and
Deadeye.
then you're like, okay, I need to play something else. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Okay, good.
That's right.
The okay good is actually from a different meme. It's actually a JD Vance
Yeah.
where
Well,
he's asking questions of people, and this is a real life thing that he did. He asked questions of people but wouldn't let them finish their answers before he said
okay, good. Just right in
Yeah.
the middle of them answering, like, all right, okay.
tempered by the
A lot of people liked making fun of that, and rightly so. It's pretty weird.
It's very funny.
Yeah, man, politicians trying to do stuff that makes them look like they're humans is unsettling to me. It's very uncanny,
Yeah. Yeah.
Cringe, indeed.
Yeah, we need variety. We like variety.
Yeah, very much
We're
so.
not always playing the absolute meta in either game that we make content for. But I know that, people the comment section goes wild. It's a little unhinged at times if we're playing a build that's not
Yeah, it
the
certainly can
absolute
be. Yeah,
best and meta
you
of the
have
season.
you have people who have to tell you that what you're doing is wrong, even if it's
Yeah.
like a conscious choice to not play the meta. You have people that'll just
Or
like,
if you're having fun. You definitely are not having fun, I've been told.
well, no, not when PoE2 is involved. You're not allowed to have fun doing that. That's true. I think a great privilege of not being from the U.S. is that you're allowed to criticize it endlessly.
Yeah. Go for it.
Look, I've lived through all this stuff before. I remember the 2000s
Yep.
when America was despised universally for the incredible stupidity of American foreign policy at that time, and we're just right back at it, Time is a flat circle. I'm ready to move on from it. Alright, let's kill Yugal. Speaking of moving on from it. What is this thing supposed to be? I've always wondered. What is Yugal? It appears to be legs with teeth. Or, I guess,
I don't
teeth
like
with
it.
legs.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's
No.
rough.
I don't like it. Nope.
Yeah, see, I feel that way too, Nirvani. I've definitely had leagues where I just played Toxic Rain literally from the start to the end, and I never touched another build at all. And, I think for, like, whatever, content creation purposes, but also, like, keeping myself from getting bored, it's definitely good to have some variety. But at league start, it's pretty hard for me to not want to play Toxic Rain. Or, I mean, no, it's impossible to not want to play it, but to choose to play something else is, like, pretty rare. The only time I can really think of is start of Settlers League, where I played like a Slam Berserker, and a head. No idea what skills I wanted to use. I just wound up like experimenting with them all, and I loved it. Well, thank you, Phil. That was kind of the goal. I was trying to just like, we saw what Pox was doing with Righteous Fire and said like, well, obviously we're not gonna like copy that, but that's like a great model to follow. You just have like a thing that you're like, you have like a demonstrable level of expertise in, and you just want to like lock in on that one thing and just say like, hey guys, you should really check this out because it's good. And then you maintain that permanently, and I love Toxic Rain enough to do that, so it made sense for us.
I mean, as far as losing clicks, oh well.
Yeah, we've always tried to make sure that that's not like our motivating factor in making content.
I mean, look, we do want people to watch videos and
Yes, that's true.
and help us make ad money from YouTube. That is like what keeps us making content.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
Can't do it for free
Paying the
forever.
bills.
We like making guides, but if we weren't making anything from it, we would have to devote that time to something else.
I'd have to work more, ultimately.
More, yeah. No thanks. Don't want to do that.
Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Mikore.
Yeah, I would say, you know, it ebbs and flows with the seasons, Crasper. It's
Yeah.
you know, during the league start, yeah, like we're not like getting hundreds of thousands of views on videos at this point yet, but it is kind of tough. Like a lot of the algorithms changed, and even a few other creators have mentioned that it's been harder to get as many views as they did before, and
Yeah.
you know.
There's a lot of damn tourists showing up and stealing everybody's views for PoE.
So we've heard, yeah.
I can't help myself. I find that very funny. You know, there's a lot of competition for views for PoE 2, and you know, I think we don't really see it as like a, I don't know. Some people may see it as like a competition, like, you know, I gotta beat that other creator. I've never thought about it that way at all. You know, that is why like I try to talk a very like honest, like whatever phrasing terms for like, you know, Ox's ability to consistently put out amazing new player content for Righteous Fire, or Mathel's ability to like always be there and be streaming all the time. Like, I'm very impressed by that, and I don't view those people as like, their success is our success, right? The more everybody who makes content around PoE does better, the more it's better for everyone. I don't view them as like enemies to be defeated. I think that's really stupid. Yeah, I'm a slight bit worried about that with Toxic Raid as well, actually. Thank you for the follow, Nerd Who Lifts. Saw that. I like that name. Yeah, I think mercs have probably spoiled a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people who are going to be, like, upset by how hard this patch is. But we'll see what... Wow, that's a lot of blue happening on the screen at once. We'll
I heard
see.
that CPU fan.
Yeah, my CPU fan kicked into overdrive there for half a
all in
second.
one was like, whoa, 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 let's cool things down.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, yeah. Yeah, Fub is nuts. He's the GOAT. The king of farming. It's nice to have somebody who does that, though, like, goes out and figures out what is, like, maybe not the optimal, but certainly, like, one of the most optimal ways to farm. Because then you can, like, kind of be like a little remora fish nibbling around the edges of that. Either, like, you know, making money off of trying to sell shovels, figuring out strategies to farm and sell shovels in that gold rush, or, you know, trying to, like, go in a totally different direction, do something that's very, very off from that and super cheap. Like, that is why we're kind of make our way back to doing, like, what's it called? Deli Mirror Maven Witness invitations so often, is because they're so cheap to do. It basically just costs the map, and then you are farming up like orbs and potentially useful scarabs and stuff to sell off to people who are then doing like a FUB strategy. And so I mean, our first video ever was like how to farm 50 divines an hour without Magic Find. That was back in Affliction League when Fubgun and Snoobay and a lot of those other max level juicers were using like insane abyss farming strategies and doing like 35-minute maps, like insanely juice maps, and we were doing like 2-minute or 90-second maps instead, just like making a staggering 50 divines an hour consistently, just farming this stuff to sell to people who were doing that. Northeast. All right. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely agree with that, Nirvani. I always just try to go off of, like, the mindset of, am I having a good time? If I am, then I think it's a good league, and if I'm not, then I think it's not a good league, and so it's very, very, very rare. Oh, it's Northwest. All right. It's very rare that I'm not, like, you know,
Path of Running.
at least having, like, a decent time. The only time I can really ever be in, like, you know what, I don't like this league, and actually quit early was Delirium League. I just didn't like that one.
We've actually had builds that didn't make it to videos.
Oh,
We've had
yeah.
ideas that didn't make it to videos. That we've been like, oh, do we want to continue doing this? Because, like, he'll test it and be like, is this anything? And then
That's the
be like, yeah, I
classic.
don't want to update this
Yeah.
forever. I don't
Yeah.
want to play this forever.
Definitely had builds that I've, like, come back to and, like, liked way more the second go around, and ones that I've liked, you know, tried a second time and been like, no, this stinks. I don't love this as much. Like, I feel like Spectral
Yeah.
Shield Throw, when I came back to it, I was like, it's stronger, but I don't know that I, like it as much. Like, I don't know that I would do a Spectral Shield Throw build next league, you know, after having done a couple over the course
also,
of leagues.
you've bought all these MTXs for
Oh, yeah, that's
for
true.
Toxic Rain, so I think you're just locked in forever now. Actually,
I have no problem with that. I would love more Toxic
Yeah.
Rain and Caustic Arrow MTX, to be honest.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Lightning Strike MTX. I do love Lightning Strike. It's still fun. It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little airborne.
You liked grave crafting?
Wow.
That is not something we hear often.
No, it was insanely strong. I liked how insanely easy it was to get, like,
Yeah,
full
it
tier
was
1 item,
strong.
like 6 tier 1 mod items. You know, like mirror tier bows on week 1 for like 20 divines or less. That was good. I think if we had grave crafting combined with the upcoming asynchronous trade, I think now you'd be talking like some of the greatest power creep that the game's ever had.
Gotcha.
But actually just like buying it in the way that you had to buy it then, and then like all the
Yeah.
linking 64 graves or whatever it was together, 56 graves, it was rough.
Yeah, we heard a lot of complaints about grave crafting.
Some of them were
Comment
coming from
section.
this room right here.
Yeah, some of them. The call is coming from within the house,
Really
from inside
was.
the house.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way. I liked the farming aspect of Necropolis League very much. I thought the whatever the hell they're called, the things that you would put, you know, the corpses. No, not corpses. Why can't I remember what they're called? They're in the game again. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. The way that you would replace different groups of enemies with other things. A lot of it just boiled down to like meat sack stacking or like orb stacking, and that part was kind of rough, but like the idea of being able to hot swap packs of enemies in and out was sick. Affliction's like pretty unbeatable. Like, it's one of the GOAT leagues, one of the absolute best. I'm okay with Mercs not going core immediately. Things almost never do. Almost never. Settlers League's kind of a weird outlier in that regard, I think, because it was around for damn near a year. It makes sense that it did, and, you know, They just, like, sure, we'll make it go core immediately. We've had a year to think about it. But that's so rare. Locked in. Alright. I'm okay with Mercs, like, taking their time to come back, but I do want them to come back, and I want them to be strong. I just don't want it to be Doriani's prototype maxing, you know? There's a lot of ways to fix that. You can make it so that Doriani's prototype restricts your resistances from going below 0. I don't think that's the move, but I think the better move is just make it so that Mercs can't go below 0 res. There you go. Pretty simple. Then you can get enemy res drop down to 0, which is like fine. Not amazing. It could even be kind of somewhat of a nerf in some situations, but at least it makes it like stable, and then you're not tripling your damage by having everything have negative 200 res all the time.
You two could have changed the world.
Idols I hated. Yeah, the Freesia idols I really disliked. Yeah. Because of exactly what you're talking about. The gatekeeping and, like, yeah, having to farm to be able to earn the items required to do a farm strategy. There's, like, there are aspects of that are okay. Scarabs, Deli Orbs, whatever. Like, some amount of that is good, but, like, the semi-permanence of idols being the way that they were was, like, one step too far in that direction. I can agree with that nerd who lifts. I saw that, by the way. Yeah, dexterity and evasion, pure evasion classes, which this one, unfortunately, it kind of is, do not hold up super well in Delve. That is one of the reasons that, like, I've been thinking maybe we do, like, a TR Trickster variant, just in case Trickster doesn't get, slam dunked. I feel like it's going to get slam dunked. It already got nerfed. I feel like it's due for even more. It's not really as good on low budget as Pathfinder. You know, it's not going to move as quickly. But we don't know what Assassin holds. Like, Assassin may get revamped to not be a crit-based ascendancy. Seems very unlikely, but it's not totally outside the realm of possibility that it's usable. It seems pretty unlikely, though, but just trying to be prepared for anything. Shadow starting part of the tree is fantastic, so... And fantastic for Chaos Dot build like Toxic Rain, so that's an option, I guess. Alright, now for, I think, my least favorite act of the second half of the campaign. Alright, nice. 124 life. Pretty good. Oh, triple suffix. That's gonna put me... Is that gonna put me below cold rest cap? 2 points I can live with. Alright, I'm just hanging on to all this gear. I mean, this character's dead. As soon as I finish the campaign, basically, I'll make a new one and go from there. I do like the idea of TR Elementalist a lot. There's definitely issues with it in the campaign, like you can't get Toxic Rain until the library, so you have to mule it over, but that means doing the entire first act on a Pathfinder or a Ranger or a Shadow, to then mule it over. So it's like, it seems like an option for a second character, and that could definitely make a lot of sense. It could work. But I feel like in order for it to move quickly and feel good, kind of want like a nice belt, like a Mage Blood or a Headhunter or something. And at that point, it's like, well, there are definitely better skills, but I do think it's a pretty dope Ascendancy option. You know, like a fun off-meta build concept. Just because Elementalist Golems are so good right now. They're so hot right now.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my gear got evasion on it. It does, right? Hey. I mean, not that it's like a high prio, but that means it's very easy to take that suppression mastery. I thought there was a point where I got a silver flask. You know what? Maybe it's Act 10 is when you get the silver flask. I think it's a Doc's quest with what's her name? The lady. You know the one. I mean, the way that I would farm a Mage Blood if I wasn't going to trade for one is I would just farm whatever the map is that has the div card for it. And then I would probably try and, like, basically farm that, ow. What would I do? I would farm that map until I got the, I can't remember his name. Damn it. So smart.
And you definitely remember everyone's names.
Yeah, I'm really good at that just in general.
Yeah.
The Seer. The nameless Seer? Oh, that's why I couldn't remember his name.
Har har.
I think I called him the Blind Seer in one of our videos, that's not the correct name either. And somebody was like, wow, you know, he already is without a name, and now he took his eyes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nameless Seer. You farm, like, whatever the map is. Defiled Cathedral, yeah. Until you find Nameless Seer. And then I would copy that over to a map that you like. For me, it might be Mesa. I think the best option is probably Dunes. And then just basically fill as many monsters as you possibly can into Dunes maps. And just farm them all day. It's that, or do, like, some of the, divination card scarabs. Like, some of the more funky strategies that involve that. I was trying to play around with a couple of those. One that, like, makes all the div cards, what is it called? Like the Gathering div card or something. I don't know. All the div cards get scooped up by the boss, and then the boss drops a pair of all of them. I was trying to do that combined with, like, another farm strategy, and it was something weird was going on where the boss would only have picked up, like, 14 div cards instead of, like, you know, like 400 at a time. And so I didn't really know. I could never really figure out what was going on. It was some weird interaction between a couple of scarabs. Again, it's one of those things I could go back and check the video and try to remind myself, but, you know, it's like 2 months ago at least. So we probably made, I don't know, a dozen farm strategy videos since then, and it doesn't stick in my mind because it sucked. Yeah, pilfering scarab on its own is really good, especially in conjunction with the like a strongbox strategy that goes for a lot of the, like, strongbox div card strongboxes, like those. That works really well together. But I think I was trying to do, like, I'm gonna go to my hideout here in a second and just look, or I guess just stash and look, because it's making me crazy. Okay. Let's go talk to the boys. And it is a combination of... I'm not logged into the league. Never mind. You know what? No, let's log into the league and figure it out. Alright, here we go. So the combination of this scarab, divination scarab of pilfering, which, yeah, makes all the scarabs, or all the div cards dropped throughout the map get picked up by the map boss, and then they get doubled. That works really, really nicely with like a strongbox setup where you're using... If you really want to go crazy with it, you can do, like, containment and then try to get, like, you know, div card strongboxes and actually, like, hand roll them and do all of that. Like, that can work really, really well. I was trying to use div scarab of plenty, like 4 of these and one of the div scarab of pilfering, or maybe like a couple of these, and then like some magic pack scaling, like whatever. I tried working around with all of that, and something was going on very weird where, like, if I just ran a div scarab of pilfering and just did the map, just like that, I would have like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 div cards, and they'd all be worthless, but you know, they'd be in the map boss. And then when I added in this one that's supposed to make these packs of monsters drop a bunch of cards, the boss would have like 4 div cards. Like, there was something going on where it was like pulling div cards away, or it was like causing them to be cold. It was very strange. I really don't understand what was happening, but it seemed like a bug. I think I wasted like a full day trying to make that work, and ultimately just said, I don't know what the problem is here, and I don't know how to get it fixed, so I'm just gonna make a note of it and stop wasting my time. Wow, a totally worthless jewel.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Good job finding it.
Thank you. I do like div card farming. I mean, a strategy I've used in the past for trying to farm, you know, like Mage Blood cards is just doing like strong boxes and harbingers in like Crimson Temple or Defiled Cathedral, you know, whatever the map of choice is before the Nameless Seer was added. Like, I would do that, and I really, really like that strategy. It's not the absolute best or anything, but it worked pretty well once upon a time. Wait, hold on. Forbidden Vault here. What did I see over here? Oh, right, hideout. Yeah. Okay, so the sand pit is going to be reasonably far away from this start. It's going to be like on the other side of basically just a big sandy area. We can kill this magic pack and get some flask charges, and this one too, but we're just going to keep moving on. And Shakira will be around here somewhere. There we go. Oh yeah, re-rolling with the crafting bench is good. The feature they added in this, I think it was this patch, where you can use the crafting bench to like spam chance orbs. So nice. I didn't take like full advantage of that or anything, but like I definitely had a couple of moments where I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna kill some time here. I'm gonna spam chance orb on a belt for like a couple minutes while I'm watching something, just see if I get anything. I never did, but just that ability to do that without having to get the carpal tunnel is nice. Yeah, that's a great way to kill time in the run up to the next league. That's always the most fun for me. Is like speculating on what could be good. I mean, like, actually theory crafting and stuff, build crafting after the patch notes have dropped is great, but, like, some of the just random, rampant speculation before the patch notes, like, today, is, like, so good. Whew! This guy is lighting me up. Alright. There are so many fights from this like phase of the game's development, like this one, that just have not aged well at all. Come out and die, please, I beg of you. A lot of these fights that stink now really just stink because, like, you know, we do like 10 times more damage than they intended when they first made the fight. And it's not like it would be better if they made it slow. Yeah, it just is what it is. You just have to deal with.
Oops, all damage.
Yeah, it's just gonna be slow, and that's okay. Alright. I don't think I ever put in a major Pantheon. Yes, I did. Okay, great. We'll do Soul of Rizlatha. That's good for staying alive through the campaign. Alright, now we just zip to the end of this act, and then we can get into the last act, the best act of the second half of the campaign, Act 10? I don't know, maybe Act 6. It's definitely not 8 or 9. So that narrows it down quite a bit. There are parts of Act 9, like this area right here, that I do really enjoy.
Yeah. This reminds me of Act 2, Diablo 3.
Yeah, very much so. Very deserty. Act 2 and PoE 2, for that matter. Thank you very much for the follow, Rad Richard. Yeah,
Name checks out.
it does. Invulnerability phases on bosses are like an unfortunate necessity, I suppose. I don't love them. Some are better than others, right? Like, I don't know, like Uber Katarina in whatever the tier 17 map is, the Abyss tier 17 Sanctuary. No, that's not it. That's the Sanctum boss. Although that invulnerability phase is even better. That's actually the best invulnerability phase, I think. Uber, what's her name in Sanctuary is good.
What's up, Brian?
Hey,
And
Brian.
you're right, Andy. I miss it too.
D3 was a good game. I know I was critical of it many times, and deservedly so, but it is a good game.
Yep.
Last couple times we went back and played it, I was very much like, hey, you know what? I'm having a pretty good time. For a couple of days, and then it's over, but I was having a good time. Indisputable.
Yeah.
Nice. That's pretty good. Is that going to put me under the fire res cap? No. All right, so we are capped.
You killed.
All right. All right, we're getting pretty close to coming up here and taking exceptional performance and profane chemistry and sentinel. We're really like, this is actually, it started a little, not even slow, just unlucky. You know, it took me a while to get my first 3 Green Lake, you know. I still have never seen a 4 Green Lake. You know, I've had to go with 3 green, 1 blue, which is fine. But I'm over res cap now. So, not that it matters. I'm not really going to do anything after the campaign's done on this character. But, like, if I were going into in-game, then that would be still fine. You know, set me up for success. So not quite right now, but like around now in a league start situation, if I'm really trying to like go for it. First of all, I'd probably be lower level and moving a little quicker, which is fine. But also be looking for heist contracts, planning to do heist. Like, you know, even if I just get like 1 or 2 natural heist contracts to drop, once I get to the like end or so of Act 9, start of Act 10, I would be somewhere in there. I'd be looking to just pop off like, you know, 10, 15 heist contracts real quick.
An emperor
Just run through them. Just zippity doo dah.
I'm not up to that.
in the left hand.
And
Surety.
that should get you, if you're doing Chaos Recipe throughout the whole thing, that should get you like anywhere from 40 to 100 chaos worth of random currency, all situated. Get you like up to being able to take on some white maps and yellow maps with like the worst gear known to man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have great layouts on some of the early act zones. You know, it's been a little while. The wrinkles in my brain that remember how this game is laid out have completely smoothed back over. I gotta form them out. That's how brains work, right?
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
We're definitely good on XP. We are at the point where, like, if I were really trying to push it, we are at the point where you could basically just, like, shoot, like, one shot and just zip. Just zip the whole time. Like, 62 is high enough level to finish the campaign pretty easily. I like this area too. I really, really like the quarry. Big fan. One of my favorite areas. So, yeah, I don't think Act 9's like my least favorite. I think it's pretty solid. It probably is Act 8, even though there are some areas in Act 9, like the cave that I just went through, that I'm not a fan of at all. I don't like Garakon, and I really don't like fighting Shakira. But the quarry is good. The area, the like flats, and the area where you go get the Trarthan elixir, well, both the Trarthan powder and the basilisk elixir. Those are both pretty good. So it's like a real mixed bag. This zone is like some of the best zones or this act is some of the best zones in the back half of the campaign, and also some of the worst. Nice, perfect mix. Thank you very much for the follow, Rogalarth. Where is she? Oh, my bones. I'm getting ripped apart by these tornadoes. There we go. Pathfinder coming in clutch. Yeah, I think that's a good approach. Mid-60s is nice and safe. The only characters that I ever really like find that I'm like super, super, super low level and still like just finishing the campaign and going for it, like really moving quick, is like a mine build, you know, like Pyroclast or Hexblast or something, which I think Hexblast, if I remember correctly, it's been a while, but I think anytime I do a Hexblast miner, I think I'm basically a Pyroclast miner throughout the entire campaign, and I only switch to Hexblast once you have like Profane Proxy? That's what it's called? Yeah, Profane Proxy. To be able to make Hexblast work. You don't want to be out here multi-button rotationing in the campaign. That's no good. Yeah, this zone's awesome. Same layout every time, basically. Slip up to the left. Little loop. There you go. Although I do think you're supposed to sort of scour around here. I cannot remember. There's something around here, like a new bonus area. I can't remember if it's like a recipe or if it's just like a random bad unique. But there's something in the area around here that's worth looking for each league once. I think it might be a random bad unique. Either way.
Science and alchemy again. Such as warm nights.
And so now it's a mother's.
All right, thanks, Sen. 20% move speed, some pretty good resistances, but I also have good resistances on the boots I'm wearing, so we're gonna not do that. We give the feather to the lady. She seems like she wants it more, so respect that. That's what it is. There's a sewer that has a crafting recipe. Yeah. I think it's something useful, but I don't remember what it is, and I don't need it, so I won't worry about it. All right, I'm gonna go find out what it is, because if it is useful, then I do want to actually do that while I'm there in the future.
But you just said you're not worried about it.
Oh, you know what? I think I've already uncovered it all, because SSF, I guess, copies over all the recipes? Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. I didn't think it did, but okay. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Okay. Alright, it's not that. Tropical Island, Grave Trough, Coward's Trial. I don't recognize any of this. It's definitely not that. Yeah, I think you might be right. I think it might be like LE damage to attacks or something. No, it's not. Well, it's something. I don't remember what it is, and it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out next league. If they, you know, it's very possible that they change it again anyway. I mean, that's a great question. We have absolutely no idea how bad heist runners are going to get nerfed next league. For one, they haven't actually said, you know, if they're changing anything about, like, the profitability of heist items. Like, the you know, like, whether things are, in heist, are going to give us, like, fewer chaos to compensate for the fact that they're more accessible. I doubt that would happen, but you never know. But in terms of, like, how much less they're going to be worth because more people are running them, who knows? Heist generates a lot of raw, low-value currency, so that seems to me like it would kind of devalue a lot of those and make, like, divines more valuable. It also generates tons of low-level rare gear at, like, you know, at low levels, obviously, for doing the chaos recipe, so that would mean there's a lot more chaos orbs in the economy, so I would imagine that this is going to be a league where the divine jumps in price pretty quickly. But that's only assuming that. You know, there's very real possibility that, like, the league mechanic is like a divine printer. Happens all the time, and it's a breach league, so very real possibility. So that could have kind of the opposite counterbalancing effect. So, kind of one of those things we'll just have to see. We are working on a video, probably work on that overnight. Thinking about all the knock-on effects of, you know, now that they've more or less confirmed that we're getting async trade. That's what it is. It is trigger a socketed spell when you use a spell. I had to go get that for, I don't remember what, but I had to go get that for some build. I remember very specifically. It was definitely not Toxic Rain, I know that. I think Chaos Recipe is viable if you're fast and very experienced with doing it. I think it's viable for the first, like, you gotta be really fast through the campaign and also through, like, microing through your inventory for it to be worth doing. I think it's worth it if you're in Heist within the first, like, 5 hours of the league. I think it's solid. You can do it. Make a little bit of, like, you know, an extra, like, 20 to 50 chaos or something. I mean, 100 if you're super fast. Faster than me, that's for sure. Otherwise, I agree. I think it's bad. Anything after the first day, I think, is totally not worth doing. But the fact that it is there as, like, a floor, like the absolute minimum amount of currency you can make if you can't do anything except clear blood, like blood aqueducts, the bare minimum you can make is, like, 50 chaos? 60 chaos an hour? That's good. That sets the floor. So every single farm strategy you can do is at least better than, like, 50 chaos an hour, which, I mean, day 1, day 2, day 3 of a league, 50 chaos an hour is going to be better than a lot of the mapping that you're doing. But, you know, you're getting something out of it. You're getting, like, long-term value out of doing mapping that's basically, like, losing currency per hour because you are completing your atlas, you're progressing into higher tier maps. Still worth, obviously, worth doing. But, you know, it's there as an option. Obviously, like, regular, like, Heist is going to generate more value on its own than Chaos Recipe. But you can do both at the same time, so that helps. Agreed. Strongboxes are definitely a lot more fun than Chaos Recipe. Bare minimum, I do it for, like, 1 for whatever challenge the leagues start, you know? But other than that, yeah. Probably a fun idea for a video. Very easy one to make too, actually. It's just, like, ranking all the league start farm strategies. I guess that's what our old spreadsheet's for. but you know, might like do a little update of that and talk about that. Definitely want to see the patch notes before that. Make sure that they don't nerf or buff or anything in a big bad way. You know, Breach seems like it's gone from the Atlas passive tree, as far as I could tell. Which I'm not upset about that. They've moved Beyond into its place. It does feel like Beyond is going to get maybe more support going into the next league. Feel a bit more like a real mechanic. Oh, probably should have picked up those gloves. Oh well, too late. Kind of makes sense that they would want to push more Beyond. You know, that's something that I think maybe has been skipped over a little bit. Now I'm spoiling an upcoming video idea, but hey, whatever. I'm working through it right here on stream. You know, we have Beyond in PoE 2. Everybody's kind of locked in, including myself, fixated on the idea that, like, this is the prequel to Beyond from PoE 2. We're going to learn how we went from having these 5, honestly, pretty terrible Breachlord fights to instead having this one really good Zesht fight. Like, I know Zesht gets, like, you know, thrown into the wood chipper by, like, high-end builds later on, but, like, it's a pretty good fight when you go do Zesht with, like, bad gear, as long as the hands actually appear. Now, there's that issue, the bug of the hands not showing up. As long as they show up, I think it's a great fight. And so everybody's locked in on that, including myself. But there's also Beyond in PoE 2. Like, that definitely exists. It's called Corruption or whatever. But it is just Beyond, and we have Beyond Demons in that, and they're like a whole mapping, you know, like end of map extra boss that I kind of like. Even if they're a little undertuned, once you get into the character being decently strong, they kind of just wilt like lettuce left out on the counter. Ow. Chaos damage. Bane. I stood right in that. Oh, 100% they're trying to nerf Alva Beyond. And I think that's the right move. They nerfed Alva Essence mid-league when I was doing that a couple leagues back. Forgot I was using Grace instead of Malevolence. No wonder my damage felt so poor. Ow. Yeah, right, that guy's dead. Good. Alright, off to Act 10, Lily, let's go. That's right. Softcore brain is real.
Always keep your eyes on the horizon.
Anything of value in here? That's an all-res jewel. That would be pretty useful at league start. Only one useful stat, but that's pretty solid. Junk. Actually, is that junk? I mean, I know it is. It's kind of better than the 29 item level body armor I'm wearing, but it doesn't have sockets. So, yeah, it's bad. That's a downgrade. That's pretty decent. I could hang on to that. Junk, junk, junk. Okay, so I could just craft, like, life onto this and then swap it in, and then, how we doing? That's just a straight upgrade. Yep. Okay, don't mind if I do.
Remember, we do this for freedom.
Alright, let's go see if there's just anything we can do to just get more life so we don't have any more unfortunate incidents like getting flattened by act bosses or anything. I'm still using a level 13 bow. I haven't noticed an issue. It's fine. Yep, nothing of value there on prefixes for Quiver. That's okay. I think we might be good. I think that might be it for anything related to gear. Just that one life craft, and then we can move on. I mean, 2,600 life in Captures is like pretty solid for campaign day 1 stuff. No big deal.
You there, Exile! I am in need of your services once more. Help me.
Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Alright, swapping back from Malevolence to Grace. Feeling better already. 6k evasion. I can make that work. If I can find a nice 4 green link, I can swap the Caustic Arrow over and give myself Arrow Nova instead of efficacy support. That would be nice. We'll have to actually get a 4 green link. I mean, a body armor would be the spot, because body armor stats are poor at best. That would be good too. Get like a nice evasion body armor. Give myself, you know, a couple thousand evasion rating.
I'm not up to that just yet. Into the heart.
All right, my preferred order for this zone is Valenta second. Go into this side area here. What is this? This isn't the Reliquary, is it? I can't remember. But southeast first. Then Violenta second. And then northeast into the, like, the pit area. Third. Oh, I did cut over a little too late here. Okay, yeah. That's fine. This is the Reliquary. Oh, okay. The Reliquary first. Then Violenta. Then... What the hell is the name of the other third one, then? Well, anyway. This is a great area if you are zipping through the campaign super fast. This is a great area to come get XP. This area and like the Temple of Innocence or Chamber of Innocence or whatever, that area in like Act 5. And then obviously Blood Aqueducts and Quarry are great too. So many monsters in here. These are basically just like tier 0 maps, you know. Like that's what Blood Aqueducts is essentially. Teardrop, hello. Alright. Yeah, Torched Quartz is a little like annoying layout wise. There we go. We finally got our silver flask. We love that.
Remember, we do this for freedom. Exile.
Yay, get our strength belt or whatever. Yeah, nice and nice garbage. All right.
Wait for no man. Time and tide, wait for no man.
All right, let's go get Valenta. We could do an Elixir of Allure if we want. Help our old buddy Waylon find ladies. Alright, one more point and we get a huge damage bump out of more skill effect duration. Huge single target damage bump. Basically not a damage bump at all for clearing, but that's okay. That's the spot where we teleported in Act 5. Nice for them to like keep that highlighted for us. Fun to look down there and see it. This game, the storytelling methods, the themes, I guess I would say, not the methods actually, but the themes of Path of Exile definitely like have a kinship with like Dark Souls, you know, like quite a bit. The idea that like, you know, you have a quest early on in the game that's like, you know, help Gladys get her hands on a potion that'll make her like help cure her cough. And it's like, all right, we're gonna get Gladys a potion to help cure her cough. And then the next time you see Gladys, it's like 2 acts later. She's no longer coughing or breathing. She's now like a hideous monstrosity. You know, trying to like rip people apart. And you're like, all right, well, we did it. We cured her cough. Definitely something very Dark Soulsy about. I like that kind of a story though. Like, you know, I'm a hero. You know? Yeah.
Innocence than it before.
I made everything worse, but I was trying. Next set of points will probably go into Profane Chemistry. I think that's the move. Where do I do this normally? All right, Act 9, Act 10. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, we take that and Profane Chemistry, and we finish out Master Surgeon, and then now we're just perma Life Flask all the time. Yeah, I'll tell you, I barely know anything about PoE's story. I maybe should watch some of Kitten Cat Noodle's videos to learn more, because I'm the same way. Thank you both for the follows, Gopu and Captain Scrub. We appreciate that. Is that gifts from below or gifts from above? I can never remember. Above, alright. Alright, we don't need to go into the ossuary, just like we don't really need to go into the reliquary, I think. I don't remember anything else being in there other than a stupid teardrop. Maybe I'm forgetting something. But let's go. I mean, we have to go in here since we're actually are doing the lab on this character. We have to go in there for that. And we can get our potion for our boy, Waylon. What is it? You get 2 regret points back. Ooh, boy. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. You know, I never played Bloodborne because I don't have a PlayStation or any sort of console. But I have always wished that it would come to PC. I didn't realize I hadn't clicked the board. All right, great. Good. I wasn't thinking. Yeah, yeah, okay. There we go. That's better.
Must know precisely where he stands.
Yeah, it's probably worth looking into. I hope that they make changes to the gold cost with asynchronous trade coming. I sure hope they do. It does seem like gold costs are a little on the too high side.
With precision.
They're definitely too high to be able to do a bunch of trading and maintain King's March at all. Which you can just skip King's March, but then like, why does it exist if it's such a huge gold sink that you can't do trade? I honestly would be okay with there being like a separate currency for King's March or something, or some other way to make King's March work. I would be okay with that. I don't know that that's a perfect solution either. Let's take a look here. Rule Lab. Once again, thank you to Suit Size Small for all their hard work. Top left, top right, top left, top right, top right. Okay, so right, left, right, left, right, right. Okay, good. Nice. I just went right, so this is going to be a left. Eh. Alright, that's 2 times in a row. Okay, so I had to go right at the start here and then back around to the left. Got it. That's better. Yeah, another currency that's something like a heist marker that works for King's March could definitely be like a solution. Because I like the idea of optimizing for gold farm for King's March, I do. But once it becomes a currency that you also need for trading, that I don't love. And I think that having it just be its own separate standalone currency maybe would make sense. Yeah, I remember that moment. I think a lot of people were, yeah, singing Suit's praises during that brief period. Definitely, like, you know, what a labor of love. That's also kind of a testament to the whatever faulty design of this compared to the way that even though I kind of like Lab more, the way that like PoE2's trials exist. You know, they don't necessitate a hand-divined tool be updated like this every single day. They're definitely more modern, even if I have my other whole share of criticisms of the Trial of the Sekima and Trial of Chaos. Maybe more Trial of Chaos because of it being slow and, like, unfair, right? Like, there's a lot of aspects of it that I think they could learn from, like, literally just Trial of Sekima. Like, the trial where you have to kill tons of guys for Trial of Chaos in an area. And it's like, Sekima has that, and when you do it in Sekima... What is going on? Why is this thing not dying at all? Okay, I'm leaving. I don't know why that guy's so insanely tanky, but I've got to go. Yeah, it's true. Faustus was a heist guy first. Oh, golden door. Okay. I think the golden key's in this area, though. Right here. Yeah. But yeah, the Chaos Trial, like, there's one where you have to kill a bunch of guys, and the same thing exists in the Sekima Trial. In the Sekima Trial, every guy you kill reduces the timer remaining. Chaos Trial, it doesn't. It's just very, very long and slow. All of the escort quests in the Chaos Trial are horrible.
Where there's a golden key,
The other quests are fine. The one where you go, like, retrieve things and bring them back, like, that's a little scary. It's a little overtuned, but it's fine. And then the ones where you just like kill all the monsters in the zone are great. I love those. If Chaos Trial was just that the whole time, I would be a huge fan. Okay, top left. Got it. They definitely are tankier than act bosses, which is okay.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without it is the sovereign who empowers entities.
I do like that about PoE1's labs. That's something that they haven't really recaptured with, certainly with the Sekima trial. Like, Bizarro is so ever present and his voice acting is so good. The sound design around his voice is so good. Like, he's great.
You were born for this.
I think that the guy who's like the final boss of Trial of the Sekima is good, but he only shows up for like floor 4, so that's not great. And then Trial Master in Chaos is good, but like the voice acting is great, but it's just, you know, the trial itself I don't love. So that's kind of the only issue I have with that. That is the one thing I fear with the trials in patch 0.4. If they add a new trial in, is we probably won't get a Zaro. And maybe we'll get something new that's cool. But I do like a Zaro. Alright. Up right, and then I think this one's top right again? Yeah, top right. Okay, don't need to look at that anymore. No, thank you. I prefer whenever possible not to get saw bladed. Okay. Great blink arrow. Fantastic. Probably this one then. Nice. All right. Good, good, good.
Can afford to be promising. An emperor must keep.
Did I grab the recipe in the first? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You must navigate your
I don't think I did though.
troubled waters.
Always remember to switch over to Malevolence for the bossing if you are running Grace through the map, the zones, whatever.
I die for
Okay.
the empire.
It's always a little sketchy if you're like hoping you kill it before he lands, you know? I guess it's a good habit. Whenever you finish an Ascendancy trial to immediately go hit the altar just in case you disconnect. I've never had that happen, but that would suck. I would be very sad. Oh, very nice, Brian. Yeah, that can happen. Just a very, very fortunate drop. Nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick and then finish up here in a second. Alright, sitting back down with a grape soda. Been drinking fruit sodas lately. Grape soda, strawberry soda. Haven't had these in ages. They're good. This is a dead end here, right? Yeah. Of course. Yeah, you have to crawl around to the south, and crawl back to the southeast, and then back up.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Nice and easy, just like you did coming out of here in Act 5. Oh, that's right. I have to roll these up. The flask in some way. I have to get like some sort of suffix on it so that I can use it when I'm at full health. Otherwise, it only is usable when I'm below full. Yeah, I mean, I guess leaving without taking your ascendancy is definitely a possibility as well. Welcome back, by the way. Damn, I'm getting jacked up. Alright, that guy was really stunning me. Hard. Alright, let me try and get some sort of mod onto this flask, even though normally I probably wouldn't stop. I'll just go ahead and do it. Awesome. That's like damn near perfect. Be better if it was bleed immune, but I don't care. I'll take it. The prefix is goated. Oh yeah, now we're feeling good. It would be better to be bleed immune. Actually, it might not at this point, like with negative chaos res. It might be better to be poison immune for now. Damn. Whew. I got sketchy there for a second. Ah. Alright. Oh yeah, I never turned Grace back on. That's why I'm getting jacked up. Running through packs of mobs. That feels better immediately. What is the difference in evasion rating between not running Grace and running it? Oh my god. 6,500 versus 1,500. Yeah, that's pretty big. Nice. Oh, that's really nice, actually. I mean, I don't need it to finish the campaign or anything, not by a long shot, but if I got an alchemy orb or something along the way here, probably pop that bad boy on. This area, the Desecrated Chambers, is so good for farming XP or whatever at the like start of a league if need be. Which definitely isn't right now, but it can be if you need it. You can tell when I'm looking over at my other screen to check something because I'm just running into a wall. At least I can. Look, that's pretty normal actually for the watching movies and gaming at the same time experience. Damn it, I've been stunned to death, and once again, hasted mobs are the bane of my existence. All the way back to the entrance, that's annoying. Just a little bit more life recovery from Flask with Profane Chemistry, that'll make all the difference. Oh, you know what? Not the end of the world. Got the pattern that I missed along the way. That's better. I don't know if I have any essences lying around or not. If I do, I will definitely craft that body armor with an essence. If I don't, I think I'll just alch it and hope it's good. Do that before we go kill Kitava. I would definitely say it's not a bad idea to like stop and just get a little bit of baseline like currency and gear from heist along the way through the campaign if you're struggling at any point. Or if you just, you know, you want to get it in there before you lose 30 res by killing Kitava. That's a good approach too. Of course.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Four link. Alright.
Your
Not too
skin.
shabby.
I shall wear it.
That guy's name was Beach Mind. Just pointing it out. Maybe I misread it. Maybe it was Breach Mind. Nice try. I know he's not particularly memorable, but that's a great campaign boss. You just fight him until he's dead, and that's it. He dies, and there's no invulnerability phases. You just fight him until he's dead. Solid. Level 75 and below. Okay, don't mind if I do. That will work. 1400 evasion as opposed to 43. Yeah, I'll take it. Alright, let's swap some things out here. We got Void Manipulation, Mirage Archer Efficacy, and we'll swap Toxic Rain into the Helm, and we'll put Caustic Arrow in here, and then that means we can go get Arrow Nova support and finally be Arrow Nova-ing with Caustic Arrow. Just in time to be done with the character. Hey, McPillar. What's happening? Yeah, that feels better already. Should have done that ages ago, but I never had a 4 green leak to do it until just now. You know, I was thinking about buying cream soda recently. I saw that message from a little while ago, and that is definitely on the table. Nice. Yeah, we're getting pretty hyped for the upcoming PoE League. Very hyped, actually. Kind of got a video plan to work on for the rest of the night, I think, once we finish up with this. Let's see, what's the move here? See, that looks worse. All right, great. Thanks, Lonnie. Bye-bye.
Go.
Freedom.
All right, time to go kill Kitava. Probably get killed by his big sweeping breath, although maybe not. You never know.
This time, I must succeed.
Oh yeah, that mental adjustment of getting used to CA being Arrow Nova after it being just a straight projectile throughout the whole campaign. All right, brief adjustment. Okay, I like it. Yeah, it's good. It's good. After the brief mental adjustment, I'm in. I know it doesn't do quite as much damage now that it doesn't have efficacy attached to it, doesn't have as much duration. Duration doesn't really matter as much for Caustic Arrow, though. It's pretty easy to maintain full uptime on it. Or just like that little bit of an extra delay in it getting there, but then it covers so much more area by being Arrow Nova'd, so I do prefer it. Yeah, this feels very comfortable. Like, this would definitely be the move for... Aside from the amount of time spent getting through the campaign, you know, it's like stopping and remembering everything. If this was like the level that this character was going into maps at the start of a league, at whatever, like 11 p.m., I would be feeling pretty good about that. I can't resist. It's like everything in my power to not stop and pick those up. I have to pick up the one that I'm walking by at least, even though I know it's going directly in the garbage like ASAP. Still stopping to scoop it. There's actually some decent pack density in some of the spots in this, like, feeding trough. Not all of it. Most of it's pretty empty, as you can see, but there are some, like, decent-sized packs in here at times, too. But by this point, you've got that thirst to go get eaten by Kitava. So it's like, yeah, I won't be stopping and killing any of this. It's time. It's time to be done with the run. See how horribly long it was? 8 hours or something? I'm guessing 8. I haven't looked. I haven't added it all up. Nice and slow for sure. That was pretty close. That was pretty close. Kitava's a fight that I feel like has not aged well. Good God. Kitava's a fight I feel like it's not aged very well at all. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's great that it has like 1,000,000 damage and vulnerability phases. I feel like it's not good. The aesthetics of the fight are good, though. Some of the mechanics are solid. Not all of them. Like this, the pulsing goo that you don't know what it is. Is it souls? Is it poop? I don't know. That aspect's less good. The just continuing to dump damage into him while he doesn't take any. That part's bad. Yeah, Cirrus is one of my favorite fights. Fantastic aesthetics. Like, the music for him is awesome. I think it looks great. The original version of the fight wasn't, like, so good, but, like, once they got it iterated upon a little bit, I think it's a pretty great fight. Now, current version of the fight, I think is pretty solid. Alright. Oh, no. Nope, that's not the big damage sweep. That's still coming. Ow. Alright, I think the big damage sweep comes after he goes, like, vulnerable again here. Get the whole breathe the platform. Let's see if we can live it. Easy. All right, that felt great. And that right there is what I mean when I think about like Toxic Rain Pathfinder being weirdly tanky. Because it's not tanky. You could definitely get one tapped by like a random rare or a magic monster or something. It's an evasion build. It suffers from the same like whatever issue that they all do. But then you walk through some damage over time that would kill a lesser man, and it's nothing. And then ultimately you just use a, you know, classic strategy. Just don't get hit for everything else. Just dodge it. Oh, I had Grace on the whole time. Boy, oh boy. I used to have those like over here so that I could actually see them on the bar. It's probably not a bad strategy to go back to. Remember to swap to the correct aura for the boss fights. That's okay, I got the scenic route, the scenic version. Okay, now we get to see how long did this take and how many passives did I miss.
Exile. Can't see why I'd want to do that.
Get up, get up, get up.
Come on, go with courage. It's through the tunnel.
We're gonna walk it out. Still didn't get the last two, and then I didn't deal with the bandits. I dealt with the rat. The bridge rat, so I got move speed from him. Thanks, buddy. Okay, so we got them all. And then what's the time? Probably like 8.5 hours or something. I don't know. 6:53. Okay, not as bad as I thought. Obviously not great, but not too horrible for like several. How many deaths also? Let's guess. 5 deaths. Okay, that's a lot more than 5. 13 deaths. All right. Wow, I did 13 times. I don't remember that. I remember 5 of them, though. Let's see, what's my tree look like at this point in the life of the character? Like this? Yeah, it'll work. Hey, you know, we got through it. Oh, that looks about right. What is this, 67? I'm 66. What am I missing? This part of the tree is the same. This part of the tree is the same. Oh, right. Magebane and Sentinel. That's it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Pretty close to res capped even after the campaign. That's pretty solid. And then you can drop the 2 points in, whatever it's called. Primal Spirit. Looks like we still have enough int and strength left over to use our skills and equipped gear, even with those being gone. Then we can do this. And how much evasion do we lose from taking Magebane? 12k down to 10.6. That's almost nothing, but we gain 69 spell suppression chance. That's not bad. Yeah, I think that's definitely the move, even like right at the end of the campaign. I feel good about that recommendation. I think 15% or whatever suppressed chance is worth giving up like 1,000 evasion rating when you're like level 66. And then we're looking at almost fully capped reses, despite wearing like pure campaign gear. That's pretty good. All right. Well, that's a run through on that character. Now I think I'm gonna do maybe, I don't know. You know what? Maybe I'll just do like a couple of I'll do like a quick run through some heist stuff just to see how that feels. And then I think that'll probably do it. Just a little heist stuff and maybe like a couple of like T1 maps just to get that like opening feeling. Oh, that's right. You have to talk to everybody. Hello.
Got back to work.
Oh, I wonder if they're gonna have to expand this quest line then. Are you still gonna have to unlock all of the rogues? That's a big question mark.
Oi, oi.
What do you need?
Just keep me alive. I'll do the rest.
Happy hunting.
Always get nostalgic before a job. Almost very. Hear that? We ain't alone. Place is crawling. Intruder! You're here to make sure they don't kill us both.
Now, since this is like just the initial one, the like level 45 one or whatever, you could stop and hit all the small blockers, but it's not really worth hitting anything else. Maybe you get a chaos out of it, maybe you don't.
Ern's on the other side of this door. Grab it so we can get out of here.
Beauty
Real
will grow
close
from your
now.
remains.
Real close.
Wow, a couple of portal scrolls and a Val orb. Nice. Great. I'm rich.
The way we came, rookie. Lend a hand, rookie. Dead now, ain't you? Easy. Right, that's it. Wait.
Alright, very basic, simple heist. And then you just do that like 10 more times, but with the ones from Fakano over here. And then you have whatever. Decent amount of starting currency.
Need to keep busy. Be here if you need me.
Just zip through a couple of these and make sure we're not getting like one banged, but should be nice and simple, I think. And then in these early heists, I will stop and do the ones that are like all the like little side chests that have like currency on them. Yeah, I'll stop and do those. Anything else, I won't bother. Whew. Been jacked up a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, see, there we go. Now we're talking fusings, alks, chaos. That's what we want.
You get this one, yeah?
Essences. Uh-oh. We got spotted. Alright, we can still make it to the end in time, I'm pretty sure. Oh, maybe not. It's gonna be tight. If so. No, it's not gonna be tight. It's just not gonna happen. Damn it. So close.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Because I got stuck on a couple of doors along the way. That's alright. We'll still make, what, like a couple chaos out of this? That's not too big of a deal if you lose a couple of contracts from Fakano. It's not like they cost anything, really. Nice, a 4-link thicket bow. That would be useful.
Focus. Lend a hand, rookie.
I do feel reasonably tanky, though, so that's good. Like, that's a mission success.
Keep moving. This lot don't look friendly.
For gear that's garbanzo, that is. Real beans.
Just keep me alive. I'll do the rest.
It's a very bad bow.
Have a night out with the lads after this one.
Very, very bad.
Remember the last time I blacked out?
I think it might be as bad as the like level 13 bow that I'm wearing.
You sure you want that?
Oh yeah, a bunch of rings and jeweler's orbs. Now we're talking. That's day one heaven right
Best
there.
of you. Good. You take that. Hey, you!
Sometimes I get so busy, especially in heist, just looking at the map that I just like literally face planting into a door for like an extended period of time.
Stop them! Good. You take that. Get the bloody thing and let's move!
Open the door. Open the door, buddy. Come on, you can do it. I don't want to fail back to back. All right, cool. And then for some reason, these safes in the heist rooms always have like a ton of extra rarity associated with them. Not that it really paid off here, but like, whatever. Sometimes you can get chaos or divines out of them. It happens. Ooh, that made me jump. Big hit. I do not like this combination of rare mod overlaps. Temporal Puddle and Molten Orbs and Lightning Mirages. No thanks. Time for one or more of you guys to die. Okay, thank God.
Keep moving!
Are they taking damage from the lines? I've never noticed that before, but that's hilarious if so.
Rookie! Rock!
Alright, we're safe. Those drops, by the way, are something to think about in the coming league. Like, I think that one of the big advantages of heist being more available to everybody, there's still going to be a large number of people who aren't going to want to run heists. They're going to want to run Legion and Expedition, whatever. But there's going to be a lot of people who will want to run heist, and those people are going to definitely want more, like heist rogue equipment. So it's going to be pretty useful. That is a halfway decent ring for like league start. Kind of the wrong base, and then obviously the 3 max life is pretty bad, but you know, not horrendous. I mean, not worth using in my current setup at all. Of course. Alright, one more.
As long as you're paying.
It's you and me, Tibbs. Big dog.
I brought an old mate of mine along for this job. Her name's Talina.
Alright, I have to AFK just 1 second.
Might not look like much, but she
Excuse
can
me.
get into places no one else can.
Alright.
Hate this part of the job.
On to the next.
All right.
You're gonna be sorry. You're gonna be sorry.
Make 'em suffer!
Okay.
All right, we're back.
This one might take a bit.
Back.
You'll get there.
That's right. Ah. I keep mishitting. I keep hitting the wrong keybind because I'm still not totally used to this mouse. I keep hitting my blink arrow key thinking I'm hitting my first key. Oh, then I teleport thinking I'm casting a curse. And that is frightening and confusing.
Yeah.
Alright, 2 chaos. That's pretty solid for like a random chest.
It ain't broke.
In a side room and a demo heist. That's not too bad. Day 1 of a league. Thank you, Shell Carnage, for the follow.
We need to be careful.
You're gonna regret this!
Nice, nice. Alright, we'll wrap up here. That's twice now that I've done that. Oh, there is no way that this man is gonna get the door open in time. Alright, we just call it on that. That's fine. Just a couple of failures. That's okay. Are they really failures if you get what, 3 chaos out of them on league start? I don't think so.
Guards down. Let's go. Guards in.
Does mean that I won't actually recruit Talina, which again, who cares? Alright, let's do another without failure.
Farewell.
Practicing the right mindset for doing this correctly on league launch. That's a good approach. And also, where the hell do my next points go? Oh yeah. Suppression and flask uptime. Alright. Let's start with flasks. Give ourselves good, solid uptime on flasks. That's good to do.
I hope.
Buy another flask or another contract from Wakano. This will be another Tibbs contract. We'll recruit Talina successfully this time.
I always think this time I won't get nervous, and I always do.
You're gonna regret this!
Hate this part of the job. Let's just die.
It can be useful to stop and grab like some of these things, like the unique chests or whatever in the side areas, I guess, at league start, but for the most part, you're best off just trying to like lock in and just make a beeline to the end, and then also like hit all the small chests along the way, especially you're looking for like jewelry. That's really like the biggest limiting factor in Chaos Recipe, is just finding like, you know, rings, amulets, belt.
We gotta keep it down. Not too shabby, mate.
And then at least in my experience, I feel like I get decent like currency rewards out of the just generic chests, like more so on average than the like
Here we go.
supposedly valuable side room chests. There we go. That's good. Just guarantee success. No like button up against the wall, hoping that we're gonna get through the last door in time. Wasting time with side room chests that are probably not worth opening anyways. Yeah.
You know we're almost at 30,000 subscribers on this channel.
That's pretty awesome.
Pretty.
I think we can do that. I think we can do that this month. Consider it a goal.
All right. 11 days.
Yeah, I think that's doable.
11 more days. 11 and a half days, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. As we're in the run up to next league.
All right, share our channel with your friends so we can hit 30K this month.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, we did it. We recruited Talina and finished a successful job with Tibbs this time. Nice. Alright, this came together pretty nicely. Pretty happy with that. Oh, right. We have to actually do the quest in the epilogue, at least do one map in order to unlock the map device in our hideout. Nothing wrong with that. Let's go do it. Oh. I'm gonna need a map in order to do that. Alright. Gimme.
Can't see why I'd want to do that here.
Oh, I wonder what the map layout or whatever, what maps they're gonna fold back in to the like rotation next league. I mean, I guess we'll find out in 4 more days. Kind of hyped though. I was never the hugest Canyon fan. I know a lot of people were very hyped for that coming back, and then I didn't feel like it really took over. I think Dunes is still king. But Canyon's good. Canyon being back on the layout would be good. I like Crimson Temple, personally, because I'm a sicko. So I would love for Crimson Temple to be back in the rotation. Alright, I think that pretty much is good enough for that section of the map. Yeah, I would agree with that. Dunes, Mesa, City Square, and Jungle Valley, that is definitely like the GOAT set. And then, you know, whatever else. I did try playing around with some different layouts this league just to see, like, do I like, I don't know, Ivory Temple or Moon Temple or, you know, this or that or whatever, just to see. And not really. Armory, that was another one that I was like, can I make myself like Armory? Nope. I like Toxic Sewer. Toxic Sewer is good. Waste Pool is okay. It's pretty good. Like a slightly worse Toxic Sewer. Thank you very much for the follow, Oliver. Face tank it. That'll work. I level as Toxic Rain the whole way. Beacon looks good. I mean, I like it, but I just do Toxic Rain from like level 12 on, Caustic Arrow up to that point, and then just kind of keep you know, bounce back and forth between both of them. CA is pretty good for clear, and then TR for any single target.
That's a rather elegant pair of gloves. Khaleesi's Grace, if I'm not mistaken. Khaleesa Mars, the prima donna of Sarn.
Where's my map
Was
device?
the finest opera singer in all of Rayclast, partly due to the corrupted gem that was implanted in her throat. That very same gem was later sent
Okay,
to the
I have to
Sarn
actually go back to Kirak and hand it the quest did, even though it put me in my hideout. Okay, sure.
into a monster.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. There we go. Hello, map device. Nothing too bad here. We're not gonna bother with Delirium Mirror, the danger of Delirium Mirror just yet. Yeah, I did CA without Arrow Nova. I was using like Void you always want to have Pierce for Caustic Arrow. And then I was doing Void Manipulation. I only had 3 green and 1 blue for the whole campaign for both of my 4 links. So I was doing Efficacy and Void Manipulation for it and just shooting it straight. I think, with the benefit of hindsight, I think that's probably the biggest change I would make for the setup for the campaign, is just switch over to Arrow Nova, like in Act 3. Or 2, maybe. On the Caustic Arrow. Pretty much as soon as you can manage. Like 3 greens linked together, and then just stick with that the whole time. Because like this feels great. Oh, it feels so good. A lot better than actually having to like kind of aim the caustic arrows and having them only hit like one monster and then stopping. Like just having it be that like massive of area covered by caustic arrow with Arrow Nova is such a good combo. Ow, my face. I definitely have to spend more time practicing, like getting used to this new mouse. After, you know, whatever it was, like 7-8 years of using the old mouse and getting very comfortable with Life Flask being on one particular keybind, like that shift from where it was a one spot on the mouse before to a like, totally different spot now is definitely like a big adjustment. You can do Asenaths. It does break your ability to run the suppression or the evasion mastery. It gives you 15% spell suppression, and then obviously you lose some stats as well. You lose like getting area from gloves, so you have to compensate for that elsewhere. That's a really tanky rare. We're gonna move on. So I don't run Asenaths, but you could, but then you have to compensate for like the loss of gear or the loss of area. You know, loss of some defensive stats as well. It'll give you pops. That's good. But you can get pops from Large Cluster Jewel. Unspeakable Gifts, I think it is. 10% chance for enemies you kill to pop. Something like that. Definitely more expensive than an Asenaths.
We're also approaching 1,500 members in the Discord. If you
Wow.
haven't joined our Discord, there's a link in the description of the video. There's also a link on Twitch profile for watching. Come say hi.
Yeah, come say hi.
Or ask your question. Don't ask if you can ask questions. Just ask the question.
That's our
Jeez.
fave. Can I ask you a question? You just
Yep,
did.
you just did. All right, moving on. Next. yes, if you do have questions, we have a very helpful community. We have people who will look over your pub and such.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's us.
Sometimes it's us.
Sometimes it's our incredibly helpful people who have joined.
That's true.
I'm not sure what we've done to deserve such helpful people that that volunteer their time in our Discord to help look at other people's pubs, but I love you guys.
Yeah, we're very appreciative. We're very lucky to have had such a great community come together so quickly. Yeah, Red Altar on League starts good. I like Blue Altar more, ultimately, and this build very easily transitions into being able to do all player downside modifiers on Blue Altars, like really, really, really easily. You can handle that, so that's the approach I triangulate toward pretty much just immediately, because Pathfinder and Red Altars just work really badly together. I mean, like it works fine. If you're just doing monster modifiers, boss rush and monster modifiers the whole time, it works. It'll get you some good chaos orbs going early. Essence with a torment ghost and soul eater. Oh, that's fun. Let's kill everything around this guy real quick. I do want to kill him though. Get some pods down. Oh, and a temporal bubble. Yeah, this guy's fun. He is jacking me up. Yep, ow. Yeah. Yeah, Red Altar's bad for Toxic Ray and Pathfinder 2 because of like all the chaos res that monsters get. What an annoying combo of mods.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's alright. I would love if Sabo got a nice buff. Like, if Trickster does get nerfed, even if it's just a small nerf, like, if Sabo gets a big ol' buff, or even, like, a decent-sized one, I could definitely see, like, the Mind Saboteur being something that was, like a League Start build that we, like, kind of put some effort into promoting and, like, getting going. Like, I was thinking maybe I'd do, like, a little Saboteur run here, but I think honestly, I kind of have the itch. I might just straight up do, like, as a separate stream. That might be the move. It's just do a full, like, Saboteur run, which, it's been a minute since I played Mind Saboteur, but if memory serves me, the, like, 6 hours and change that this character took is going to be, like, child's play, especially after kind of refamiliarizing myself a bit. Like, that's going to be a breeze compared to this. I may die more. I may die a lot more on a Saboteur, but maybe not. We'll see. Either way, I definitely want to do it, but it's like, yeah, I don't know if I want to, like, do, like, first act or first 3 acts or something. I think I want to do, like, a full, like, 2-act 10 run SSF, so I want to take some time to, like, clear out the inventory on this character, to trash it all. Just zipping through maps reasonably well. Some of these modifier or whatever shaders, that haven't loaded in a long time. Chugging a little bit here. That's alright.
The blood red dawn.
Great early mastery to pick up that I think I have in some of the trees. Yeah, definitely. Is 4% of life when you use a flask. That's so nice early on, especially once you finally get your flasks automated. And they're kind of just when you're clearing through packs, they're just like chug, 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 chug automatically. You're just like healing like a lot, a lot, a lot. Nice. Nice try, bozo.
You're not kayaking, are you? I'd hate to have to be nice.
God, I love Dune's map. What a great layout.
I'm not up to
This is comfort right here. Just right back into it. I don't love getting maimed on hit. I don't love that at all. Let me make sure Grace is back on so I stop getting maimed with every single pack I run into. But what a lovely, just a perfect layout. After doing a bunch of very, like, bad PoE2 layouts, it's nice to just get back into it. Hey, Defiled Cathedral. Nice to see ya. Yeah, and I mean, ultimately, like, here at the start of the league, or whatever, you know, in a real league start situation, probably would bounce back and forth between some heist and some of this for a while, get some gear together to try and get, like, a Quill Rain, and basically take that up into, like, yellow maps, and, then from there, you know, you might not even need the Quill Rain, you could maybe just skip the Quill Rain if you wanted, even though it feels nice, feels pretty good. You just go straight into, like, a Porcupine Bow, start with that 6-link Porcupine Bow, and once you have that together, you can basically make it into red maps pretty easily, and then you're pretty much off to the races. Just start saving up to make your, like, real 6-link crafted bow, and at that, once you have that, you can take down Uber Elder and finish out your Atlas and transition into like full-fledged in-game farm strategies, and now you're just basically on the pathway to farming tier 17s and Ubers and stuff. Hey Jameen, you know what? We don't stream regularly, although we are doing more of that now that we've finally gotten around to, after whatever, like 15 years of procrastinating, finally getting to affiliate on Twitch. We are streaming more regularly than we used to. Probably going to stream a good bit more regularly in the coming PoE 1 League than we have. We definitely don't have a set schedule, though.
No.
No.
What is that?
Yeah. That's just true of life as well.
Yeah, we don't have a set schedule with our life. Lerald and I bonded over the fact that we both have incredibly strange relationships with sleep. We have like a free running schedule where sometimes we're up longer than 24 hours. Every day our schedule moves forward just a little bit.
Yep.
I'm one of those people that can sleep just like a handful of hours and then run for the whole day.
I am
Today is an
not.
example of that, where I slept for, I guess, 4 hours, and then now here I am.
Yeah. Good job.
Thanks. Thanks, it's unintended.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely need my beauty sleep, but I do stay up
Yeah.
more than like 16 or even 18 hours most days. Pretty normal for me. Unfortunately. It's not a good thing, but it is just the way
It's a
my
thing
brain
that
works.
happens.
Yeah, it's just the way my brain works. It's something I realized when I was like a very small child. I was like 5 or 6, and like being awake at like 2 or 3 and 4 in the morning and being like, this feels wrong. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. And I was right, but that's just always been the way it is throughout my whole life.
Well, I mean, are we gonna do more of these this week, or?
I would really like to do at least one more run through the campaign on stream of like a pyroclast saboteur. That's really like sticking out in my mind as something I want to do. Maybe
Do
it
you
would be
want to do the
trickster.
full campaign?
I think I do.
Okay. Well, there you go.
It might wind up being like this one where we split it into 2 days. It kind of sees. Yeah, I guess it'll depend on how well that character comes together. Oh, that's full map done. Yeah, we'll see exactly how we want to do that as a stream, just kind of as we go. But I do want to do at least one more stream of running through the campaign.
We also have lots of guide videos that
That's
walk you
true.
through how to build your character.
Yeah. It's such a good game. Yeah.
I'm guessing you just found us through this stream and have no idea what kind of videos we have. But I would definitely say we're more known for our videos than our streaming.
Oh yeah, definitely. We were YouTube video people first.
Yep. I would say we were degenerate gamers first.
Well, yeah,
then
yeah.
YouTube
That goes
video
without saying.
people. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right.
Well, we have everything set into playlists as well, so you can look at the guides playlist that we have. You can also check out our live from yesterday if you want to see the first half of this.
Yeah.
It's available on there too. We usually keep the majority of our streams up on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had a few exceptions, but not regularly.
Pretty rare.
Yeah.
Something would have to go bad or something.
What is the best character? Well, that is
That
really
is an open-ended question.
That's a very, very open-ended question. Mostly because you're sort of asking if you like ice cream.
Yeah.
Do I like ice cream? And we can't tell you what you'll like. I mean, do you like melee? Do you like range? Do you like having pets? Do you like things that explode? Do you know, like?
Yeah. Do you like
we
to go
don't
fast?
know
Do you
what
like to be tanky? They're all possibilities.
Yeah, some are like, better at staying alive, but they don't move as fast. Some are really fast at moving, but are pretty fragile.
Yep.
As you can see, Lerald's health pool is sort of chaotically bouncing around from
Some of the
time to time.
Yep.
Yep. but not always.
That's right. Yeah, I would say whatever character you have the most fun playing is the best one. We make a lot of guides about Toxic Rain Pathfinder because it is a fast-moving character that has decent damage on a very low budget. You know, that's another concern is budget. There are lots of builds that are extremely good on high budget and extremely not playable at all on low budget. So that's another thing that has to be considered.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Toxic Rain is good because you can play it on very low budget, and we have like your progression guides for the character from from start all the way through to clearing all the content in the game.
Yeah, if you're looking for Toxic Rain stuff, you've come to the right place.
Yeah. That's probably the thing that we're best known for. It's Toxic Rain stuff. Definitely, it's like kind of continued that with the love of Poison Pathfinder and PoE 2, which is very closely related, but somewhat different. Ah, I'm getting frozen. Blasted or something. That hit hard. I think they both lined up and swung on me in the same hit. Thank you, no kidding. This fight's terrible. This fight's really bad. Teleporting through like different portals over and over again. Yeah, low budget characters are good. Yep, Righteous Fire Chieftain by Pox is kind of the gold standard for new players. It is definitely not for everyone. I would say my biggest criticism of it is also one of its biggest strengths. It's very easy and very safe. And so as somebody who's very experienced with the game, for me, it feels slow and like there's not that much to do. For a new player, I think it's very, very good at like not being overwhelming, being simple, being very easy to play. And as people like to joke, it is senior citizen approved because you just straight up don't have to do a lot. It's really like you basically set yourself on fire and then you go hug stuff until it dies. It's a great build concept. I love everything about the way that he's constructed it. For me, it's just like a little, like there are times when it can be good to play something that's like low APM, low activity, but for me, I find myself just not as engaged by that. That's why I like Toxic Rain. As you can see, I'm zipping. Definitely you move faster on a Toxic Rain character, a Pathfinder, than you ever can on, whatever class it is. Chieftain sometimes, Juggernaut sometimes. He's played around with others, but Chieftain kind of is the GOAT right now. Templar at times in the past. I really didn't love Templar. That one was a little less of my fave. But it's a skill that can work with a ton of different ascendancies, which Toxic Rain can work with Champion and Trickster pretty well. Best with Pathfinder, I think, for like cheapo. But it's definitely not as versatile. And it's not as tanky. It can eventually become a fast build if you have like huge investment. Mage Blood, you can make any build fast with a Mage Blood. Alright, where's that spider at? He must be southwest. Alright. Nice. Oh yeah, I mean, I love it. I've played, I don't even know how many hours of this build at this point. I really have no idea how much we've sunk into this character archetype, but we've been making guides on it for I don't know, a few years now. And I've been playing
2
it a lot.
years.
Yeah, and I've been playing it a lot
2
longer than
years.
we've been making guides about it, I can say that.
Our channel launched at the end of January 2020.
Yeah, January 2023. Yeah,
No.
2024. You cut out at the end of what you said. January 2024? Yeah, that's right. So, yeah. All right, I think that'll do it for us for today. You know, did the back half of the campaign, did several maps, you know, up through the like run of white maps. I guess we could go up the yellows, like pretty much at the same level of effort here. It feels like they never really like got difficult or slowed down at any point, despite wearing like super garbage gear. So that's pretty good. Yeah, still very happy with Toxic Rain Pathfinder. I think the one thing I'm probably gonna wind up changing in the build write-up is just like putting Arrow Nova support into your Caustic Arrow link setup a little sooner in the campaign, because I waited until like Act 10 and that was a mistake. But otherwise, I think really happy with the way this came together. Obviously, we're gonna pay attention to the league announcement on Thursday. We'll probably do streams before then of like playing what, Pyroclast Mind Saboteur? That's what I was saying? Yeah, that sounds good.
No?
Yeah. And we're definitely gonna have more content about the coming league in the coming days. You know, I think we've got an idea for a video that we're gonna be working on later today. Hopefully that'll come out tomorrow. No guarantee, but just kind of speculating about like what we know so far from all the teasers they put out and what that would maybe like mean for league start, you know, like what league mechanics might like get a bump from that. And then, you know, other than that, we're just gonna keep like following the teasers and getting hyped for Thursday's big reveal. Patch notes when. That's it. All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a good night. Or afternoon or whatever.
Enjoy the videos. We appreciate you joining us.
That's right.